here once again in the island of Heroth with Cadril and his band of adventurers, and we've been searching for members of the cult of the Summoner who have been wreaking havoc all over the island. Last session, we ended up leaving Alamar, our main town, and heading out and trying to find some of these guys. We ended up killing um, a few of the acolytes, and we weren't able to investigate them. So we took all of their loot, and after that we went to the lake that was kind of on the way to our next town, Candothan. We're taking some of the loot that we found to Candothan so that we can get a better lead on these Cult of the Summoner people. The Cult of the Summoners have been kind of running around and opening up these portals and causing all sorts of mayhem. And Cadril is here because he is a member of the Order of the Lost Gods, who know that the Cult of the Summoners have the power to disrupt the balance of things in the realm. And they know that they're getting more and more powerful. So basically, I'm just going to get everybody to quickly introduce their characters to Adam, and then Adam can tell you about his character quick, and then we'll jump into this scene that I have here. So I guess we'll start with Adam. You can go ahead and explain your character a little bit. I think everybody kind of knows, so just give a quick one.
Yeah, I'm just a half-elf ranger. It's kind of based on Aragorn, less of the ranger stuff and more of short swords and daggers and stuff. And yeah.
Sounds good. And yeah, we're just going to say for purposes' sake that this ranger was with the party that we found already here on the beach that you guys can all see. Everybody else can start explaining themselves. We'll start with Dingle. Dingle, go ahead and explain your gnomish ancestries.
Alright, cool. Yeah, my backstory is a little long, so I'll keep it very brief. So basically, he's part of like this, he's like the heir of this clan called the McDingles. And basically, his brother Springle ran off to become the greatest barbarian in the world, so now he's just hunting him down so he can like bring him back. So he can like be his advisor and friend and whatnot. And that's the long and short of it.
Sounds good. And he's a draconian sorcerer, a rock gnome. So he's little, and yeah. We'll go to maybe Teddy next. Teddy, you want to explain your bugbear, bud? We'll see. He's muted right now too, so if not, we'll maybe
I'm
go
here.
to. Oh, okay. So yeah, you can just go ahead and explain.
The 7-foot tall, hairless bugbear, carrying a pike, wearing some armor. Pretty quiet for the most part.
Yep, he's our lovable tank big bugbear. All right, and yeah, lastly we'll go with K-Leg, our druid elf friend. I also see K-Leg that you're muted as well, so just a heads up. While he gets that figured out, I can explain K-Leg's character a little bit. Basically, he's just a druid that whose parents were killed in the forest, and then he was raised by treants. The treants protected him and guided him, and then now K-Leg's a little bit older, they've been exploring a bit more, and they encountered us in Alamar and decided to join as we go into the forests to go and investigate these Cult of the Summoner people. So yeah, he's basically our resident shapeshifter, just hit level 2, and that means that he can change forms, which is nice, and went with a subclass that does it in a bonus action and gets a high CR rating for it. So yeah.
Can you just do it just a quick one shot of what everyone is, just so I can have on a notepad, because I have terrible memory.
Go ahead. So I'll start with me, Cadril, High Elf Wizard. Then we have K-Leg, High Elf Druid. Then we have Dingle, who is our gnome sorcerer. Then we have Teddy, who is our bugbear fighter. And then we have you, who is our half-elf ranger.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so we've got a pretty good team, I would say.
Wait, Teddy's the bugbear what?
He's a bugbear fighter.
Fighter. Okay. And who is the high elf druid?
Kaleg. So you'll see
Okay, like,
everybody's if you go into the journal, I think you can see all of the characters on the right-hand side there. That'll be their names. And when you click on them,
oh,
I'm not sure, but I think you can see their character sheet. I'm not sure though. Maybe you can't.
all right, sweet. Cool. Got it.
Yeah. So yeah, that'll be how you can kind of check them out a bit. And we'll go on like as we RP these characters, they'll be more stuck in your mind as a solid thing. It took me a while to get used to it too, so yeah.
Okay, dope.
So just as a background, as we were heading towards this lake, and we have to go around this lake to get to this town of Candothan, where Cadril has some people that might be able to help with the quest of getting some information on this cult of the Summoners. We got attacked by some lizard folk, a raiding party, and they actually were able to knock us, a few of us, unconscious and raid some of us, loot some of us, I mean, and take our gold and the tomes that we had taken off the dead acolytes that we had found before. We had found these books, and they're books that are tomes of summoning, and it allows you, if you study it long enough, to open a portal that summons through certain beasts or whatever within a certain CR rating. So we were lucky enough to have Kaleg live through the encounter, and he retained all of his loot, luckily, and his gold and everything. So we're all kind of like beat up. We have got no money. And then we were lucky enough to stumble upon the Empire, who is setting up a big little, I guess, I don't know, medium-sized outpost here, because they know that there's been a lot of trouble in the area with the lizard folk, the merfolk, and with the cult of the summoners. As we came up, we had Dingle McDingle, our local resident noble, approach and secure us basically the ability to camp with these guys. We met Captain Thelreg, who is a small dwarf, and he is a member of the Empire. And he told us that he's out here to secure the trade lines between Alamar, the fishing community, and the bigger town of Candothan, because they need their fish from the smaller towns on the outskirts of the island. And with all the recent activities of raiding and everything, the Empire's decided to send people out. So we rolled up, and basically we kind of just all, decided to go to bed or whatever, eat some food. And we woke up having a long rest, and we're all nice and fed now and everything. And we're just gonna start off with some simple RP on the beach, kind of us waking up, and we're gonna see that these guys are sort of like making breakfast all around the fire here. And so yeah, you guys can go ahead and just talk to each other or talk to Captain Thelreg if you want, or anything like that. Maybe you got some food you want to eat or something like that, but we can just start from here.
Okay, well, I'm gonna post up and sit on a log and start playing my lute while I look at the water and all the sunrise and all that stuff, all that nice scenery.
Okay, I'm just gonna put you in the back end. They're kind of behind the guys that are cooking right now, and yeah, okay, cool. So yeah, playing a nice little tune, and I kind of walk over and I'm like, Azaeus, you play such wonderful music. I didn't know that you were such a talented lutist.
And I say it's nothing. It's just a little improvisation that I picked up. It's not nothing, not a cool song or anything, but just something that I feel and I play.
It's wonderful. I kind of just stare at the guys cooking food, and I'm like, oh, I'm hungry.
What's the situation with our breakfast?
Well, I have some rations for myself. I was thinking of maybe just eating those, but I see that these guys are cooking up some fine fish. And they said that we could have some if we want. So, Captain Thelreg, is that right? And Captain just looks at you and he's like, yes, boys, eat your food. You're gonna have a big adventure getting to Candothan. And we're like, oh, okay, thanks. And so I just kind of grab some fish, and I'm just eating some fish on the side there.
Alright, I guess I'm just going to thank the captain for, letting us stay here.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I always like to have a little bit more protection when I'm out in the wilds.
Indeed. It is always great to have protection.
Yes, I didn't think you might be good protection, though. You're not very big in stature, you know.
Well, indeed, my friend. Trust me, it takes a long time to earn this much power.
Oh, yes, I
But
know.
yes,
I know power can come in small packages, too. Don't worry. As a dwarf, I get mistaken for being less powerful than I really am.
well, don't worry, my short friend. Well, taller than me, friend. You know what I mean. But yeah, so not to worry. Eventually, people will look upon you and say, "My God, you have power."
Yes, that's how I became captain. I had to demonstrate it over and over.
Indeed. I'm gonna go eat now. Once again, thank you for letting us stay.
Not a problem.
Then I walk over to you guys and I was like, "All right, guys, and it went pretty well."
This fish is delicious.
Yeah, I agree. It's wonderful.
Delicious.
And as you guys are eating, the captain's kind of just standing, out there. He's not eating himself. He's just kind of like pacing back and forth. And he's like looking at the sea a little bit. And he's like, well, once we're done here, we're going to head down back out to the east here. And we're going to see if we can find some of these cultists. We're going to clear the road back to Alamar. But which way you say you're going to Candathan, right?
Yes, indeed, we're going to
Correct.
Candathan
Yeah.
for our
yeah.
quest of righteousness and adventure and whatnot.
All right, well, you're not that far, but be wary. There are beasts out here in these plains. You got to be careful.
Do not worry. We only passed out once yesterday. We'll be more than fine.
Yes, I heard that you encountered the lizard folk, and I have to say they are extremely formidable. I do not wish that upon any soul.
They were very tough, but do not worry, we'll be fine.
All right. And so yeah, as everybody's sort of finishing up eating, these two guys kind of like are going and they kind of grab everybody's dishes or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, I'll take your dishes. I'll take your dishes. Yep, take the dishes." And they start to like go over
Thank
here.
you.
Yeah, and they're like, no problem. And they go over here and they start washing the dishes in the water. And then as they're doing that, all of a sudden, I'm going to get you guys all to roll a perception quick, just to see what you guys see. I want to see what you see.
Perception.
Yeah. All right. We've got
Is it on a
three.
D6?
Oh,
I see an
so
ocean.
Adam, when you roll a perception for me, you'll just click it in your character sheet. So you'll open up Azaius' character sheet, and then you'll just actually click on the word perception in the character sheet, and it'll do an automatic roll for you.
Okay.
Perception should be in your. You got a +4 in it right now, and it'll be in your proficient or your skills.
Fuck, I don't even see it.
Okay, just take a sec. It's on the core page there.
Oh, there.
Yeah, and then you just click the word. Perfect. All right. So, this works really good because Teddy is the seaman of this whole thing. That's another thing about Teddy's character there, Adam, is that he's a former sailor. So Teddy, with his like innate sense of the ocean, can see something kind of swimming up again, and he immediately says, "Watch out!" or something like that. He screams to these guys, and as he does that, there's these tentacles that whip out, and we see two sets of tentacles come out of the ocean, and they kind of like grab these guys, the two guys each, and what you see is as they get grabbed, two giant octopuses start walking up kind of slowly with their stupid little like slimy movements, they're not moving very fast, but they're giant, and they've got both of these guys now in their hands. They have them grappled, and these guys are kind of like fighting away, trying to fight the tentacle grabbings. And as you do that, the captain says, "Grab your weapons!" And it's at that point that I'm going to open up the old turn order, and I'm going to just clear it out. Give me a second here. All right. And I want you guys to all roll me initiative. So, Adam, when you do this, you're going to click on your token on the page.
Suck it.
Nice. And, everybody's got to make sure they click on their token, though, before, so that it puts it into my turn order. Just go ahead and roll it again when you click on your token first. So when you click on your token, after that, you go into the character sheet. And then once you've opened up your character sheet, you'll click initiative. Sound good?
Okay.
So I'm just going to go ahead and do mine right now. Get it in there. Why didn't it do it? Oh, there it is. It's just taking a sec. We're all rolling kind of really bad initiative, hey?
Yeah, kinda. It'll get better later, I guess.
So, Adam, when you go in your character sheet, you found it. Oh, hey, just as I'm saying that we all roll really bad, Adam shows up with a huge
Adam's like,
24.
suck it.
Yeah, but first I'm going to have to get you... First I got to get you to click on your character token when you do it. So, do you see your character token there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you'll just have to highlight your token first, because then it will apply the initiative roll to your token.
Okay. So do I have to do it again?
Yeah, you'll do it again, and then it'll put it in my turn order. And I'm just going to go ahead and roll these giant octopies. Octopi guy. He's an octopi guy.
I rolled again and I got 17, I guess.
Yeah, I'll put your original roll in, and same with, I think it was Dingle who had an original roll that was different. So I'll just go down and do that right now. Where is it? Initiative. Oh, it was Kale's got 5, Alpha's got 6. There we go. So Adam is 24. Cool. And Dingle is actually 6. Okay, I'm just going to put them in order. You guys will see this come up in the turn order as I do it. Might take a sec. Why is it being so gimpy? Just going to open it a bit more. So it looks like Adam's going to get the first strike on this guy, but I've also got to roll in the rest of the team, I guess, because we're going to put Captain Thelreg in this fight. So
Is he the token that's right by the ships?
no, he's he's going to be hard to grab. He's this guy. I'm going to take him out a little bit. There we go. He's the one out there. That's him.
Okay.
And then, so I'm going to take all the tokens out a little bit just so that we can kind of see them all. These casters are staying in the back, though. They're, with us. So, also, just a note while I'm getting all this put up in my side for the turn order. Kaleg, now that you have seen these creatures, they are CR1, and you can actually turn into them as part of your whole deal now. So, who am I missing? I'm missing the acolytes. Good. And then the cultists, and that'll be it.
So these guys that are captured, they get turns too, right, or no?
They're not actually captured. We're all together as a team. Yeah. Oh no, the guys that are inside of the yeah.
Two
So
guys, are they like
do.
caught?
Yeah. They do. Yeah. Yeah, they do.
Like
and they have a certain amount of hit points, and they have a
them in
certain
line, right?
amount of AC, and they have a certain amount of everything. So. And they're actually the last guys to get put into our turn order right now. And I'm just putting them in right now.
Okay, because I wanna try and save one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're gonna definitely try and help these guys out a little bit, because the more we can get them into the fight, the better. Obviously. Wow, the octopus has rolled pretty good. they might die before that happens. So, because you're the only person who gets to help them before they get their attacks. But I
Yeah.
think I have everything. I have acolytes, yeah, cultists, captain. We're all here, guys. We're ready to go. So Adam, this will be your turn. You get your first a turn, and you can do whatever is within your movement area. So you have about 55 feet to these guys, but you can move 30 feet to get towards them to
Okay,
get
I
in
have a
range.
question for you
Yeah, go
before I
ahead.
attack. Is there, if I go in and run in and attack solely his tentacle, like, and not, will I be able to chop off his tentacle? You know what I mean? And
Yeah, I do know what you
swing
mean.
on his attacks
So
as opposed to doing mass damage to his entire hit points, you know?
yeah, so the way I'm gonna run that is he's too tough for you to cut it all at
Okay.
once. So even looking at this giant octopus, you can tell its skin is like kind of thick and armory.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, armory. It's armored, and yeah.
Chitinous.
So yeah, if you try and swing at it, you know that you might be able to gouge him pretty good. Like you'll be able to cut him open or whatever. But it'll probably take like a lot of strikes before you hack through this whole tentacle.
Yeah.
Plus, he's holding
I mean,
on with two tentacles. I've already established how these tentacles work in my mind. So there's two tentacles holding on to him. So you'd have to cut through one, and then you'd have to cut through another.
okay, that's not happening. And if I cast a spell, like, is that my turn then? Like, if I cast Hunter's Mark
Yeah.
right now?
So you'll have one action. I don't know. Do you? You don't probably don't get a bonus action, but you can cast a spell. Yeah, and that would be
For
an
my next turn,
action.
I'll be stronger, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Buff up.
So yeah.
I'll cast
Hunter's
Hunter's
marks.
Mark.
Exactly. Hunter's mark's good to use on the beginning. So which one? The top one or the bottom one? I guess. Or does it work on both? I don't have much.
Which one's closer to everyone? Let's
I
go
think
to
it's just
the
one.
bottom one. To the
Okay.
right.
Yeah. So you're in the bottom one, and I'm just looking up Hunter's Mark right now and how it works. So you choose a creature that you see within range, and until the spell ends, you deal an extra 1d6 to the target whenever you hit it, and you have advantage on the checks that you make to find it, and if it drops to 0 hit points before the spell ends, you can use a bonus action to mark a new creature. So if it dies, you can bonus
Fuck yeah.
action and move it over to the other guy.
Hell yeah.
And then yeah, and he's not even able to do anything. Okay, cool. So yeah, you get an extra 1d6 when you hit him with an attack.
Nice.
So you used your action to cast a spell, so are you going to move anywhere?
I feel like I'm just gonna stay in place. Actually, no. Fuck, where's this? Is there any way to hide these chat icons like in front of the map?
Oh, yeah. So are they do you
Like
have
everyone's face
you have everyone's
showing up.
face? Okay, yeah. See,
Yeah.
that's we don't need that. So go into my settings in the top right-hand corner with the settings thing, and then
Okay.
you'll scroll down until you see
Enable chat avatars.
yeah, but there's also another one that says like what it displays. It'll say player and video avatar size, and you can make it names only.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just gonna stay. You can. I'm just gonna stay where I'm at right now.
Yeah, okay. No movement. Perfect. You got a good view of them.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm pretty back.
Yeah, so these the octopies, they have these two guys in their hands, right? And they basically use their actions, pardon me, to move 10 feet up because that's their movement speed once they're on land. So they move just a little bit up like that. They don't move very fast at all, guys. And then also they use their tentacle attacks, both of them, to attack those guys, and and they're just like immediately dead. I'm gonna put a what's it called on them? An X. No, wrong one. Oh no. Clear it.
I'm so glad I didn't try to save those fuckers, man.
Yeah. I was like, I
I
don't know,
would have
man. They got him. They grappled him, you know, like
I would have been in like just prime position to get fucked up.
yeah. So oh my god. I'm trying to just put an X on them, but anyways, they're dead. The octopus is moved. Then there's only one more cultist left. and he's gonna run up and he's gonna try and attack these guys. There, those are dead. This guy runs up and he sees that you're like through a hunter's mark on this one, so he's gonna just try a quick cultist attack to see if he can hit this fucking thing with his little. I think he gets a scimitar or some shit. Yeah, he has a scimitar. So he rolls to hit and he sees if he hits, and he hits with a 17. So I'm gonna roll damage. And he does 5 slashing damage. Fucking hero out here. He is not feeling scared at all for some reason. Although he should probably. And then we go to Teddy. Teddy, it's your turn, bud. Let's see what you're trying to do, Ted.
Oh, I didn't know I was muted then.
Oh, sorry.
Teddy is going to take a crossbow and shoot at the creature.
Awesome. The bottom right creature, I assume.
16 to hit.
Hits.
Yep. For 8 piercing.
Awesome. So you see a nice thick old bolt just rip right into the center mass and make a nice big gouge, and it kind of reels as it takes the damage but doesn't really stop.
Now we'll move forward, keeping the small boats in between us, though.
Gotcha. Yep, that's a perfect move. I understand what you're doing. Okay. So that will bring us to Mr. Dingle McDing. Dropping the sorcery. What you thinking, Ding? You might be muted. I can't hear you right now.
Alright, here we go. Alright, so I'm going to use Ray of Frost on this guy right here.
Okay.
And let's see if I hit. Alright, was that a hit?
17, that is a hit. Roll damage on that Ray of Frost, and he will also be slowed by 5, I believe it is, per turn. No, it's 10, isn't it? I'll have to check that out. 6 cold damage. Does anybody know on Ray of Frost how much movement speed he is reduced? I'm just going to take a look right now.
10 feet of...
Yeah, so so you hit him so hard, essentially, and he's out of water, and he's basically all water. You froze him because like he can't move. He can still attack, but like he's like so slow now. He has a 0 movement speed per turn.
Let's go.
Let's go. He
Nice.
can't even fucking move. All right.
After that, to say like, eat that, you monster. I'm going to run now.
Perfect.
Then just kind of run away.
Okay. Yeah, you can take your 30. Perfect. All right. So, K-Leg, you will be up. Let me know what you're doing.
Good. So I'm gonna move up, right in between them.
Yeah.
Equidistance.
Yeah, I know where that
And
is.
throw out Thunder Wave.
Nice. Awesome. So they have to do, if I remember this correctly again, they have to do a dex save. Just going to look it up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a dex save.
Find out. Constitution save.
Oh, it's Constitution. Okay, and what is your spellcasting ability again? I think it's 13, right?
My DC, the save DC.
Yeah, save DC on this one.
It's 13, yes.
Yeah, I figured
13,
it would be.
yes.
Cool. So I'm going to go ahead and roll these giant octopi on Constitution, and I'll roll 2 rolls to see if we can clear 13. Here's the first one. Here's the second one. I don't know
Sucker.
if did you see? It's not making sounds for me right now. Did it roll up? Yeah, it did. So
Yeah, so one got 9.
Yeah. Cool. So one avoided and one got. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So the one at the top is the one that avoided, and the one at the bottom is the one that got hit. And now you have to roll damage on it, right? Or you already did. There it is. 14.
So the one on the top takes 7.
Yeah.
The one on the bottom takes 14 and is pushed 10 feet.
Wow, dope. Back out into the water. Okay, cool. Just doing the math. Holy, it's breaking my brain. There's a 9.
Since the
19,
octopus is in the
19.
water, will it take more damage because the lightning would hit it as water, like in the water?
It's a
It
shot.
doesn't
It's a
have.
sound wave.
First off, yeah, it's just a sound wave. It's like thunder, not
Oh,
lightning. And then second off, it
okay.
doesn't have any vulnerables. If it had a vulnerability to it, I would allow it, but it doesn't have any vulnerabilities.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so this dude's really starting to look kind of shitty. He just took a huge impact. I'm just going to move him back a little bit. He just took a huge impact and oh wait, on save do they get blown back? Can you just look that up quick?
No. If they save, they don't get moved.
Okay, cool. Okay, and I just need to take 1 second. I'm just going to go to the bathroom quick and I'll be right back. Sounds good? Yeah, I just got to go pee.
Yeah, sounds good. All right, y'all have a game plan?
Don't get killed.
Well, that's a good one. What I think I'm going to do is I might use Ray of Frost in the non-damaged one. So that way it slows it down too if it hits.
Yeah, dude, I think definitely try and hit that second ray of frost because I'm gonna run up in there on that frozen one and just fucking swing.
Alright, nice. On a side note, I'm pretty sure the 1 second, I'll ping him. This guy right here. Pretty sure this guy's kind of fucked. I think he was within your 15 feet of range, or he may have been a little out of it. Not too sure though.
I was gonna wait till I got back and ask him to verify, but
Alright, because I think he's just a little outside your range by a couple centimeters. But either way, it worked really well.
Okay, just getting back now. This is why you should not drink coffee, but it also keeps me alert and on my game, so. Okay, so I was just asking if on the save they don't get blown back, right? For Thunderwave?
correct.
Okay, cool. All right, so
That
go ahead.
sailor though, is he within my range?
Yeah, he actually went with them, sorry. Oh, he has to do one too. Never mind. I'm going to get him to do one himself, yeah. And he got 11, so he doesn't make it, and he takes 14 damage and is moved. I'm just going to kind of put him back, right there.
Sorry.
Yeah, he kind of looks at you really hurt. He just took an explosion almost right beside him for 14 damage, which is pretty heavy. And kind of looks at you and he's like, "Why'd you do that?"
I thought you were the dead one.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so I'm just gonna get Cagel's here to What was that?
You're look alive now.
Yeah, look alive, folks. We got some more spells to cast to these bitches. Yeah, he's gonna cast the old firebolt and see if he hits him.
He does not.
Nope. Okay. So Cadril's still just shitty at his job, and he just kind of throws his head down. He's like, "Why do I do this?" And he just
This is
yeah.
why I hired you guys.
Yeah, this is why I hire people to do the fighting for me. He's just gonna keep kind of hiding behind this tent that he's hiding behind. He doesn't want to get any closer. And he's got a good range on firebolt, so why not? Yeah, and then we get to these acolytes. There's 2 of them. I'm just gonna roll their attacks. They roll pretty simple attacks. 1 sec here.
Wait, are those enemies?
No, the acolytes are friends. They're part of the Captain Thelreg's party.
God.
Yeah. So I'm gonna roll Sacred Flame for both of them.
Did it for rolls and stuff.
And then basically they have to, these like giant things have to make a dexterity saving throw for both of them. So each one's gonna attack one. The one, yeah, essentially that's how it works. The one on the left is first. So we're gonna do some dexterity saving throws for these guys, and then we'll move on. Where is it, giant octopus?
Let's see. 3.
Okay, where are we at here? There we go. So the top one misses and the bottom one saves. The top one missing will take 1d8, and I'm just going to roll 1d8 quick. Or actually, I can do it right through here, can't I? Ability? No, I can't. Okay, 1d8. And it's plus it'll be plus 4 for his his spell casting ability, so it's 7 damage. Pretty simple. They stay back there too, because they basically don't want to fight. Wait, did they have to move to do this though? I didn't measure earlier. Okay, no, they're good. Yeah, so he lands that it's 3 plus 4 for his proficiency and his modifiers, attack modifiers. So then it ends up being 7 total damage. And you see the other one that's kind of on the top. He's starting to look a little beat up now too. Not as much as his dude that we've been wailing on just below him, but he's definitely taken some damage. So yeah, and then I'm gonna just do Captain Thelreg, who has a pretty simple spell too. Oh yeah, he's down here with the characters. You can see Captain Thelreg in the sides if you want. Yeah, and he casts Firebolt too. And he's attacking the more weakened one because he's trying to help out his sailor homie. Oh, what is their AC? Oh shit. Just 1 sec. I think. Oh yeah, he hits. Okay, good. Okay, good. He hits. All right, sweet. So he hits with a firebolt, and this giant octopus starts to like melt a bunch in the middle, and it, like when it impacts, it burns a hole, and like you can see like there's like dripping flesh falling from like the hole inside of it, and it's moving a lot slower, especially because now it can't move with the whole ray of frost thing. Yeah, and it's looking pretty much like it's going out. Adam, you're up, bud. And the captain won't move. He's just like he's happy where he is.
Okay, well, this that one octopus that's like frozen and half melting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run up to it and I'm gonna attack it with my sword.
Okay.
My
Cool.
short sword.
I'm just gonna make sure. I don't think you have quite the full amount of movement speed. Yeah, you won't be able to quite make it there. So.
Can I throw daggers or no?
Yeah, you don't have. I don't think you have proficiency in it, so I'll do it with a disadvantage. But you can throw your dagger, and then you will just like I'll apply the regular damage. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
what you'll do is you'll click your dagger attack in the character sheet, and then I'll take the disadvantage.
Okay, well, I'm gonna move up closer to right behind the boat. So I'm gonna run up to the boat and take cover.
Okay.
And then I'm going to throw my dagger.
Okay, sounds good. And then you'll have to remember that you have to retrieve it too, but I'll make sure.
Oh. Fuck, I should have chose a different character. All right, and then how do I do that?
Well,
How do I do that?
So yeah, you'll just go into your character sheet, and then under attacks, I think you'll have a dagger attack somewhere. Or under, pardon me. So you'll see current hit points, then you'll keep going down 10 hit points. Dagger, yeah, you just click dagger. Just click dagger for me.
I clicked it, but it's not. Oh, it's in my item. Fuck.
Yeah, the one above it where it has like dagger. It'll have the
Oh, yeah.
four things you can attack with. Oh damn! So, damn you rolled a 15 with a disadvantage. Fuck, that's crazy. So apparently you're pretty good. And you whip this dagger. I guess it's like hitting the broadside of a barn too. This thing's giant and it's not moving. So yeah, you move within that sort of throwing range, and where is it? So just go ahead. Can you move your token just to where you want him to be? Okay, cool. Yeah. So yeah, that's perfect.
Right there. Like right. Yeah.
Yeah, you're hiding behind the boat. Yep.
Yeah.
And yeah, you nailed him. You dinged him real good. And now I need you to roll the damage. So under your 16 and 15, you'll see dagger, and you can click the word. Click the word dagger, and that will bring up your damage for us.
Oh, in
It'll
chat?
be in chat. Sorry, it'll be in chat. Yeah, so you'll go back to chat, and you'll see the rolls that you made.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it'll be 6 piercing damage. Perfect. So yeah, it kind of like goes right through him and like rips him open, and you see it lands in the water, but it's kind of glittering and it's not that deep out there, so you know where it is. But yeah, as it rips through him, you hear it kind of make this like weird moan, and it's basically like hunched over now too, because it doesn't have enough structural support. It's still moving, but barely alive. And that is that. Yeah, so we're really close now. Okay, now we're going to do 2 attacks. The first attack is going to be on this little cultist dude, and he is going to do the tentacle attack. He wants to grapple him again. He wants to pick up another dude. So the first one, let's see if this octopus is going to be able to do it. Tentacles. He rolled a 10. Oh my god. Wow. So our brave little frickin' dude that's been running up there and slashing this giant octopus and like literally just standing in its face dodges the tentacle attack. Yeah, he like does like a matrix right below, like into the water almost, and it like goes right over his chest as he like does it, and we're all like blown away. Yeah. Well, I am at least. And then the other octopus, I'm just gonna measure him out because he's kind of a little bit of a ways. Oh no, wait. Yeah. So he's just gonna attack Kaleg because his that tentacle attack, it can go pretty far. So we're gonna see if he can tentacle this guy. And Kaleg, what is your AC? Oh, it's 6. So he misses. Kaleg does the same thing. Oh my gosh. These guys have, just to let you know, these guys have a +5 to hit, so it's kind of like surprising that they're missing. I'm kind of sad. I wanted more people to like get freaking grappled, but you guys are dodging it way too well. Yeah. So Kaleg does the same thing. He like dodges right out of the way of these tentacles, and we're all kind of like, wow, these guys are nimble. Yeah, and the one can't move, and the other one doesn't really need to move because it's still in attacking range of Kaleg. So he's just gonna try and attack again when he gets a turn. Our little cultist dude is gonna do the same thing with the scimitar. He's just gonna go ahead and slash him. And he hits with a 17. He does 4 slashing damage. Wow. Okay, so this guy, this like octopus, is literally hanging on by a single thread of sinew running through its body from its nervous system, and that's the only thing that's keeping it alive right now. Yeah, and he just
Does that guy still have an action left or no?
He can run away. He has no actions, so he doesn't use a bonus action. He doesn't get any of that kind of stuff. But he can run away. But he's not going to run away because this beast looks like it's about dead. And
I was gonna yell at him to throw my dagger back to me.
You can yell that. He just kind of looks at you and he's like, "I will when we're done." Yeah, and then so it's Teddy's turn now. And I think Teddy's kind of just hiding behind a boat too. I think you're muted again, Teddy, just a heads up.
Oh, nope.
All right.
So Jitty goes, There be sea creatures with tentacles. Don't get too close. As he shoots at this one again.
Awesome. Yeah.
13
That's a hit.
Nice.
for 11 piercing.
Yeah, and so you tell me how it goes down. You kill him.
I just shoot it at the most open spot that I can see. It's a large creature, so making sure not to get close to the other ones.
Cool. Yeah, and that does the trick. Do you want to take any movements, or are you still liking your spot?
Nope, I'm good where I'm at.
Cool. I think so too. Where are we at now on the rotation? Dingle, your turn, bud.
All right, I'm gonna use Ray of Frost on the one that's not fucked up.
Yep, trying to freeze the other boy. 16
yeah.
hits. Jeez, we're hitting nice today, boys. Yeah, that's a hit.
And 5 damage.
Cool. So this guy is, he's not as hurt as the other guy. We've done some damage to him. You can see it, but he's still operating in a normal space, but now he can't move. So he's just kind of stuck there really slow. Yeah. And are you going to move, Dingle?
Nah, I'm good where I'm at.
Okay. Also, I'm just going to quickly measure. You got 60 feet on that, right? I'm just going to make sure. Oh, yeah, you do it. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, I measured it beforehand, just to be
Awesome.
safe.
Thank you. That makes it so much easier for me. Yeah, Kaelig, you're up, bud. You're standing right there, and you've dodged the tentacles that he whipped out at you.
Yep. So my 10 feet, I'll move here. And poison spray.
Okay, and so I'll run my Constitution save, and we'll see if he. Octopuses should have pretty good Constitution because they're big. Oh yeah, he's got a little bit of goodness to him. He's kind of meaty, not really meaty, but 18. So he does make the save. Is that half damage? I never remember on the saves.
Let's see. Yep, half damage.
Okay, so go ahead and roll damage. Or no, you did 2 damage. Okay, so he takes 1 damage. All right. Okay, yeah, so he takes a little bit of acid spray. Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't hear that.
I just moved back.
Okay, cool.
By
Cool. That works for me. That means it is my turn, and I'm gonna hit him with fire because he's not moving, and I know that I don't need to hit him with frost. And we have a hit. Oh wow, another 1 damage. Wow, we're like playing. I feel like we're playing with our food right now. Yeah. So we have the Acolyte coming up. They both drop the same cantrip that they know, which is Sacred Flame, I think. Yeah. Which means that the dudes have to do or the octopus has to do. I always forget what it is with Sacred Flame. Dexterity, duh. I already know. Gonna do it right now. Dexterity 15. Okay, so that's for the first one. He is able to dodge it and take no damage, and then I will roll for the second one. Let's see. 12. So 12 does not save, so he'll take the 1d. Was it 1d6 or 1d4? Oh my god. I'm going to say it's 1d6. Oh, it's 1d8. Holy shit. Okay. So we'll see what he ends up taking here.
Nice.
All right, it takes 7 plus 4, which is 11 damage. So the Sacred Flame lands on this guy. Yeah, well, he almost rolled 8, which is his highest. Yeah, it lands on him, and it kind of like, it's a pillar of fire that comes from like the sky or whatever, and it's just like a giant pillar that comes down. And he dodges the first one, which is kind of weird because the Ray of Frost thing, but we'll just say it misses. And then the second one, the acolyte lands right on his head. It looks like it took some damage, but it's still standing. It's still normal. It doesn't look like it's near dead, but it's definitely sustained a fair amount of damage. So the next one will be the captain. I was gonna jump it all the way. Okay, captain's gonna do fire too. He drops the same thing as all of us. He's a nice little wicked old spellcaster. Okay, and so that's a hit. And he drops 8 damage. Perfect. So now this thing is definitely starting to look a lot worse. That firebolt did the same thing to the other one where it like ripped open a big hole, and now there's some like melting flesh dripping down the sides of the hole. And you saw it reel as it took the impact of the blow. And the captain kind of looks around and he's like, "We've got it on the ropes, take it down." And he kind of looks towards Isaias and he's like, "Isaias, take it down." And Adam, it's your turn.
Am I close enough to this guy? Says 50 feet from where I'm
Yeah,
at.
you're good. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna run up and I'm gonna attack it.
Okay, so you're gonna move to it and then attack it. How?
I'm gonna run up to it and
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Okay.
attack
Got it. Got it.
Let's see, short sword. So just click the short sword and then
Yep. And then it'll roll. Yeah. And so that's a hit. 13's a hit with these guys. So you'll roll the damage.
Roll damage, 5
Perfect.
piercing.
Yeah, so you end up running right up to it, and it kind of sees you coming, and all it can really do is throw out its like tentacles at you, and you have this amazing ability to just like go and slice off one of its tentacles as it comes at you, and it reels again. It's like makes some sort of weird octopus guttural noise. And now it's definitely looking like it's hurting. It's bleeding, it's melted, it's ray of frosted again, and you know it's on the ropes.
And I'll yell to the acolyte over here by the other one and be like, "Acolyte, fetch me my dagger and bring it here so we can finish this thing once and for all."
Awesome. And yeah, he's like, "Okay, I'll do it." This time he's like, "Okay, we got time now." The giant octopus, having you just cut off its tentacles, it's gonna attack you, Isaias, and it's gonna try and grapple you with the rest of its tentacles. Only 7 now. I'm keeping track. Yeah, and we'll see if it hits you. It's got +5 to hit. I think I would expect it to hit. Oh my god, it rolled a 10, and I know your AC is higher than that for sure. 15. Fuck. So you do the same thing that everybody else has done up until this point, other than the stupid guys who got surprise attacked. You completely dodge all the rest of the tentacles, and it's kind of like we're all like amazed because it's just swinging and missing.
Is that me who dodged?
Yeah, that was you. Yeah, it was attacking you, and it completely because you have an AC of 15. And if you look in the chat, the tentacles from the giant octopus only had an attack of 10. It doesn't meet, yeah, and so he doesn't hurt you at all. I could also say that he hit you and you just like stood there and took it, kind of thing. That's another way. But yeah.
Dodge that.
The cultist, he doesn't care. He knows that these guys are dying, so he just runs out and he grabs your dagger for you, and he's like, "Hey, I've got it, Isaias. Let's take this thing down." And Teddy, it's your turn.
Teddy will take another pop or take a pop at the one that's up, trying to end this situation.
Awesome.
6 and will miss.
Miss, yeah.
And
I feel like
he'll
that's
just
the
move
first time
over
I
to
said
the other
that.
side and try to get a better shot on him in case he's still up later. End of turn.
Good. Yep. Perfect. Yeah, I think we've only had 2 misses or something like that. Anyways. Dingle, what are you up to, bud?
All right, I'm going to use Ray of Frost again.
Word.
Oh, take the first one. Don't get second.
I got the first one. So, yeah, 13's still a hit. Perfect. And then you can roll damage. Yeah.
All right, 4
4?
damage.
Okay, so you hit him again, and this time he's like basically completely frozen, and you can tell he's essentially dead. He's just not dead on the inside yet. Yeah, K-Leg, it is your turn now. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I'm going to 5, 10, 15, just run up and give it one more spritz.
Cool. Sounds good, bud. And that's a constitution, which I always think is so weird, right? I'm reading that right? Yeah. So,
Suck.
what did he roll? I'm just coming back to it. 17. Oh, he made the save. Yeah, so, and then that's no damage, right?
No, it's a half damage, I think.
Oh, half damage. Okay. Oh, yeah, and then half of 7 is 3 because we always roll down in the half, which is a weird rule in D&D. I never understood that. But guess what? Your 3 does the trick, homie, so let me know how it goes.
Okay. So Caleb runs up and kind of trips on the water, so didn't get a full spritz, but as her head bobs underwater, she sees it starts eating away, and I don't know. She grabs one of the tentacles, tries to hold it in case it tries running away, because she doesn't know it's actually dead yet. But
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, and as she does that, Captain Thelreg comes up and kind of puts a hand on her back, and he's like, "You did good. It's dead. You can let it go now. You did good."
I slowly put it in the water, and okay.
Okay, and Cagel's like, "Wow, I've never seen such beasts."
And I'll say, we finally managed to knock those beasts down.
Feels good.
Quite the battle.
Quite the battle indeed.
I say it's a little too easy. I mean, was this like a division or something? Were these guys like defective? None of us got hit besides those other 2 guys.
Yeah,
But not the important people, though.
I know what you mean. I feel like these were drunken giant octopuses or something. Were they drinking beforehand? Like, what? Why couldn't they hit us? It was amazing.
Maybe they were mad about something that's happening in the sea.
And
They came out
Captain
raged.
Thelreg comes over to you and he's like, "I think you have the real insight here. I think you know exactly what's going on. Something is definitely disturbed with the seas. We've been noticing the merfolk and the lizard folk have been attacking more and more often, more and more frequently. Something is disturbing the land of Haroth. All I can do is pray to the goddess of Haroth that she helps purify this land once again." He kind of puts a shoulder on you and just looks off into the sea, kind of sad and somber.
Aye, Captain. As do I.
And then after like a little moment, he's like, "Well, time to get chopping these bastards up. Who likes tentacles?" And some of the acolytes are kind of like cheering. They're like, "Yes, meat's back on the menu, boys!" And they're kind of just like all cheering. And you see that, oh yeah, Teddy loves tentacles. You see Captain Thelreg sort of grab one of the tentacles, and he's like, "Hey, let's drag them on land. We can cut them up better." And you guys all start kind of just like dragging these corpses onto land. And you can see that like the one cultist is chopping they're chopping all the limbs off, and everybody's chopping limbs off. And while that's happening, the captain says, "I'll tend to the dead. You men make me a nice meal for now." And he starts to go and grab the dead bodies and starts to kind of drag them off behind into the bushes. And starts to take their gear and stuff.
They, anything that we can salvage, like a beak or something, or
Yep. So
Yeah.
what you'll be able to do is everybody can roll a nature check for me right now, and we'll see how you do.
Oh, what check? Sorry, nature
A
check.
nature. Yep. Nature.
Where's
'Kay.
noise.
Okay.
where the fuck is my nature?
It'll be in there somewhere. I think it's all alphabetical too. When you go into like acrobatics, all that shit.
It'll be on your left side of your character sheet.
Perfect.
Alright.
So everybody but oh no, I'll just say it this way. Teddy and K-Leg both are able to harvest some ink sacs from both of them. So the guys don't care about the ink sacs. You know, they're like, why the heck would I want an ink sac? I can't eat that. But you guys know that it's kind of valuable in nature. So yeah, you guys can go ahead and add 1 ink sac to your equipment and just make it 1 pound. Actually, make it 3 pounds because these are giant octopuses. So. All right. And so, as everybody's kind of like, you know, chopping up some octopus stuff. Oh yeah, we're all gonna, if you want to, you can add 2 octopus rations to your character sheet as well. You can chop off one of these things. Cadriel doesn't like octopus, so he's not taking any. He thinks that's kind of gross. He's like standing off in the side. He's like, man, these people are total barbarians, essentially. But he keeps those thoughts to himself. Yeah. And Captain Thelreg, while this is all happening, he's like, well, once we get these harvested, we must break camp and we have to head more into the forests that you came through. We have to continue to set up our outposts along the way. I'm going to send one of my men back with one of the boats, and we're gonna let these people in Kandathan know that the travel here is extremely treacherous. I don't think even my party now, especially with my 2 slain members, will be able to secure the way for travelers between Alamar and Kandathan. So I'm going to send a messenger, but I was wondering if maybe this messenger can travel with your party. What do you think? And he kind of looks around to some of the guys around.
Well, I mean, he can hold his own. You see what I did against an octopus? I think it should be alright.
And Cadriel says, yes, I'd like to have a messenger alongside us. It will be good to get on the good side of the Empire faction. I know that we need lots of information from your people, so it would only look good if we have them by our side. And Captain Thelreg kind of yells at one of his acolytes. He's like, Jeffy, get over here! And this little like acolyte dude comes over here, and he's another dwarf. He's a really young dwarf, and he's like, Jeffy, you're part of this gang now. You're gonna go back to Kandathan and tell them what happened here. And Jeffy's like, you're sending me back? I want to be on the front lines. You know that. And Captain's like, don't you disrespect me. Don't you talk back to a commander. You will take this charge, and you will go with them. And Jeffy kind of looks us up and down, and he's like, well, they did fight well against the octopuses, so I guess I'll go. And so Jeffy is now part of our little our group, and I'm going to put him up here. Yeah. And the captain kind of looks around, and he's like, well, is there anything else you need from us before we break camp and head our separate ways?
I'll say no. I had hoped to have salvaged some chitinous materials from this, but alas, we must continue on our quest.
Okay.
Alright. I actually asked him if he's seen my brother, like, Sprinkle, like anywhere out here.
Yeah. So Jeffy kind of looks at you, and he's like, no, you're the first noble you're the first noble gnome I've ever seen, actually. It's not very often I see a gnome, let alone one as noble as you are.
Anyway, when you see him, he won't look like a noble. He refuses to wear a shirt, he wears a cloak, he has like his battle axe and 2 hand axes. He's very scary looking, but he's friendly. That paint a clearer picture?
Yes, I might have heard of something in the mountains to the north. There is tales of a warrior gnome. I thought it was some sort of joke, but now that I think about it, that might be the person you're looking for.
Oh, thank you, my good man. I'll use the information well.
Yes, and when we get to Kandathan, I can always talk to some of my friends, and maybe we can get a little bit more information about this rumor that I heard, or, find out if it's a joke or not.
Indeed.
And so, yeah, Captain Thalreg kind of orders his men to start packing up. And as they're packing up, he kind of looks back and he's like, when you get to Kandathan, make sure you talk to the Empire. They'll know where your cult of the Summoners are, and they'll be able to help you. Just make sure that you keep Jeffy alive. He'll be your ticket in. And Cagel's kind of like, thank you. I'll definitely do that. And yeah, so we sort of all gather again, and I'm gonna just put us all in a little spot where I can grab us all, so that I have the whole party. And yeah, they all start heading off into the southeast, kind of where we came from, but more in the plains, I guess.
How much do these octopus rations weigh?
They're one each, and you can get 2 of them. Yeah.
You got 2 of them. Okay.
Yeah.
Also, you know when you click your token,
Yep.
you'll see one number. You'll see, I guess, 3 numbers.
Yeah, for
So I have
sure.
23, 15, and 0. So what's the 23? Is that my hit points?
You betcha.
15 is stamina.
15's your AC, your armor class. So you have a
Okay.
pretty high armor class, and what it means is when people attack you, there's 2 ways that they can attack you. Either they're gonna make you, you're gonna have to do a save, and that will be, you'll have to roll like wisdom or like something like that, or they'll have to attack you straight out, and it'll be a miss or a hit. And for them to hit right now, they have to hit a 15 or better on their roll with all of their modifiers. So when the I'll just go back a little bit here. When you see giant
I got.
okay, yeah. So like
Yeah,
he
I got
tried to attack you with his tentacles and he only rolled a 10. He rolled a 5 and then he had a 5, like a +5 to an attack modifier. And then that doesn't meet the 15, so you dodged it, or you took it off the chest and it did no damage.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
Yep. So you have a pretty
That's
high
good.
AC. You're a very tanky ranger. I really like how you built your character. I think it's actually a super cool build, and it's not something that I usually see from a ranger. So it's like, it's actually very functional, and then it's like, it's a good way to play the character, and then it's also something that's unique, which I really like. So
And it says in my thing I have a longbow, so I can shoot that, right?
you would have been given a longbow, but I don't think you have longbow proficiencies. That's kind of a weird thing about the ranger, is that you have to go into archery to get the
Because it says
proficiency.
I have that in my items. It's
Yeah,
like
you
one
would
of
have
my.
been given it as starting equipment. And that happens a lot. Sometimes like certain classes get given equipment that they won't use and they'll sell.
Okay, awesome.
But let me just go back into Ranger quickly. I'm gonna go and do, because we just have Kalig on BRB right now, so I'm just gonna quickly go and
Awesome.
check that for you to make sure that you don't get the proficiency in any way from
got
anything
Ranger
else.
Ranger can use simple or martial weapons.
Yeah, but isn't bow proficiencies their own things?
No, it's still in the martial.
Okay, so there you go. So yeah, under your character sheet, I should have probably just checked right off the top, because it will have an attack for you, and then it'll show that you'll have a proficiency with that attack. So yeah,
Yeah, I got longbow attack +6 damage, 1d8 +4 piercing.
yeah. So you definitely can use longbows. Sorry about that. That was my problem. I was looking at it in ranger classes and I didn't see it under like the specific class proficiencies, or I didn't
Oh, that's
understand
fine.
that it was in martial weapons. I thought it was
Yes, it's under martial range weapons.
okay.
And I can learn
Oh, that doesn't do
more
anything.
podcasting, right? Like these, I'm not just limited to these attacks. I'll eventually get more stuff, right?
You get another spellcasting slot as you level up, and then you have only a certain amount of known spells. If you type Ranger into the compendium thing, the little information thing, it'll have classes, and then you can click on Ranger, and then it'll bring up the whole Ranger class. And so there'll be a table, like an Excel table, and it'll show you how
Mhm.
many spells you can know and at what levels. So like I said, at the second level, when you first get your spell casting, you can only know 2 spells and you only have 2 spell slots. But as you get more and more, you'll have more and more known spells. But yeah, I don't know how rangers learn other new spells. I don't think that it's the same where you have a spell book, so you can't learn it from a spell book, I don't think. But does anybody know? I'm just going to look at
You cannot learn it from a spell book. No.
No, yeah, you don't have one. So unfortunately, all you can learn is the ranger specific spells. And then
Okay.
yeah.
And
So
what about how do attacks work? How do I learn new attacks and create new attacks type of thing. Like if I
You'll
wanted to do like a double dagger attack or something like that.
Yeah, so I think you took 2-weapon fighting, right? I'm just gonna read into that because
Yeah,
that was
I
our
did.
whole thing. Yeah, we went into that. So when you engage in 2-weapon fighting, you can add your to another second attack. So you get 2 attacks. It's pretty. That's like I don't know. That's pretty much just how the thing works. You won't learn
So I
new
could get,
attacks, I don't think,
so I could
unless
get,
you
so I
level up more.
could, so, okay.
Yeah, that'll be
So I
the
could,
way.
if I had a 2 attack, I could hit like my sword and then like hit with my dagger again, type of thing.
Yeah,
Right.
so you have 2 one-handed weapons. You'll do 2 one-handed attacks.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Pretty sure.
Dope.
And if anybody, like Teddy, I know you're pretty good at this stuff, so if you think I'm DMing this wrong, just give me a heads up. I'm still fresh.
You're fine.
Word.
I'm also pretty new too, so I don't really know how to play my character. I'm just like trying different options and like, does this work? Like, am I
Yeah.
allowed to do this? You know?
And I've noticed, like as you level up, you'll get new archetype features and stuff like that. You get improvements to your favorite enemy and your natural explorer stuff. You get an extra attack at the 5th level. So you get like your fighting style does sort of improve and get more diverse as you level up.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I should have realized that because never mind. Anyways,
I kind
you
of, oh
definitely
fuck,
get bows.
I kind of want to change my, I guess like that spell that I took. What was it? The speak with animals to that fog one, because it's more practical for battle situations. You know?
Okay, yeah, that's fine. So, okay, so the way this works, uh, you will put into your spells the other one. Does that make sense? You'll go into the compendium. That doesn't make sense. So you go into the compendium and you'll look up which one did you want? Fog cloud, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you'll look up fog cloud in the compendium. It'll bring it up under spells. And then when it does, you just drag it into your like into your sheet, and it'll drag and drop, and it'll instantly put it in there.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
Yeah, and so
Just
just a heads up with your spells too. You have used Hunter's Mark, so once you get that spell in there and you drag and drop it, it'll show you how you load your spells for the day and then how you spend them. Essentially,
Oh, interesting.
it's just the little red dot on the side. I'm just gonna drag and oh, you already did it. No, I'm gonna drag and drop it for you. You don't do it that way. You go into the compendium. So I'm gonna delete or go ahead and delete that entry you just put in.
Okay. Yeah.
And then when
And I have it in my compendium, so I just drop. Oh, okay.
yeah, you just drag and drop.
Drop compendium. There you go. Dope. I got it.
Okay, I'll see if it
And
shows
then
up.
how
Yeah.
do you?
So then on the left hand side, just you can click Hunter's Mark again, collapse that one if you want.
Okay.
You see that little circle right beside Hunter's Mark and Fog Cloud? Click it, and that's activated or not or used. So you'll have one red circle that is activated on Fog Cloud, and then since you normally you would have another one on Hunter's Mark, but you already spent one of it, so now you only have Fog Cloud remaining to use until we take another long rest. I believe is how your recovery
So
works.
you want to keep them red while they're active, and when you use them, they go white.
Yep, that's exactly right. And that whole last fight, we get a thing called cantrips, which is just above your spells, and that's something I can just always cast. I don't have to expend a spell slot for it, so I can just like cast it as many times as I need, and then that way I can save certain other spells that are maybe a bit more powerful or a bit more useful, as using in spell slots. So I really like Hunter's Mark. That was a great one. Oh, I realized I didn't even put the one extra 1d6 damage in there for you, bud. Sorry about that. So next time we do Hunter's Mark, we're going to have to both try and remember that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because it gives you extra damage, and we always want that extra damage.
And then when I do that, I want to do it on the dice roller then,
No, so, well,
because like
usually I'll just
like
add it. Usually I'll just add the
oh,
6 off the top of my head, or however much it is, because it's 1d6, so you'll have to roll. Yeah, you'll roll it in the dice roller. Sorry, yeah, obviously. So there's the dice roller on the left hand side. I think you already know how to use it.
yeah, the D6 one
Yeah.
roll D6. And then
we would add whatever it shows to us on that. Yeah.
okay,
So
I'm
wait,
rolling a d20.
do we
now.
have everyone back
Uh,
then? Actually, I'm going to take a quick bathroom break too, and then I'll be right back. Just 1 minute.
There we go. It's definitely exciting rolling the virtual dice than rolling real dice, I'd have to say, but it's still fun.
Oh yeah. I think there's like a 3D like dice option you can turn on. Yeah, here it
Oh,
is.
really?
Yeah, just click the gear in like the right hand part of your screen, and it sees like, and it's an option that says enable 3D dice. It's kind of cool.
That's pretty sweet. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. It even has like the little noise.
Oh yeah.
I love that. Thanks for showing me that, man. That's awesome.
Oh, you're welcome. I thought it was pretty cool too.
The only thing about it, if you have somebody running like on a pad or something like that, or somebody with a really old slow computer, it will slow it up a little bit. But it is functional.
Nice. Is anyone rolling old rigs here? Are you guys cool with it or no?
Yeah, I'm
Good
fine with it.
them.
My
Cool,
computer is more than enough to deal with it.
Here we go.
Have you guys played Cyberpunk yet?
No, I haven't, but it will destroy my computer.
Mine too.
Are you back there,
Okay.
Kayla? Or Kadriel?
Okay.
I'm here.
All right. So I think we're all back. Yeah. So we've had our nice rest, and we didn't. None of us took damage. I don't think on that one, did we? On that fight. So
No, we're all good actually.
no, we're all good. So we all dodged it somehow.
We were feeling like Neo in the Matrix today.
Yeah. So yeah, we decide to head out. We've got our octopus rations. We're pretty much all broke except Isaias. I'm gonna give you some gold right now, just because you should have some background gold. We all got like looted when we were unconscious by those lizard folks. So the majority of us don't have money right now. We're gonna be waiting to get to Candathan, and then we have to wait for like a caravan to show up to give me all the resources that we're using to continue the campaign. So yeah, we're waiting on a caravan once we get to Candathan for a couple days. Yeah, I'm just seeing here. So yeah, I'm just gonna give you 50 gold piece, just as a starting there, Isaias. Cool. So yeah, as we go, I'm just gonna delete everything too in turn order.
Oh, yeah, on a side note, if you're fine with it,
Yep.
since I have a noble background, I could ask my father to like loan out some money for us for a bit.
True. Yeah. Once we get to
Like-
Candathan, if you have, if you want to send a message or something like that, that's totally fine. I will.
Alright,
I'll
nice.
let that fly because you do have the noble background, which is a really cool background, and I really like it. And I'm going to use it a fair amount. Actually, I've kind of planned. So, it's gonna
Alright,
come
nice.
up.
Yeah, don't worry, I won't go ape shit with it. I'll like be pretty reasonable.
Yeah, exactly. There will be times where maybe also it'll come down to like a perception check or like an intimidation check or something like that. So it won't always be just like a free pass. But it'll definitely get you into certain situations that we wouldn't normally get in.
That's cool.
Yeah.
yeah.
And his dice.
So I think we're all ready to rock, right? Anybody have anything they want to do at this little beach or anything? I don't think so.
Nah, I'm good.
I'm
Yeah.
just gonna grab my loot before we leave.
Oh yeah, yeah. That guy gave you your dagger back for sure. He's like, yeah,
And my
here.
deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. So yeah, everybody's got everything. We're all packed up, and we're starting out on this like around the rest of the lake. As we keep going though, we notice that there's like a road not too far from the shore, and it's pretty clear that this is the road to Candathan. There's nobody on it, which is kind of weird, but we know that this is a dangerous area these days, and we just were told by Captain Thelreg that not a lot of people are traveling these days in this area. So as we keep going, it's just kind of quiet, and we're walking. Yeah, and we've got a little ways to go, so Cagel's just kind of walking around, and he's like, "Oh, this is very nice. reminds me of my home. It's very similar. I used to grow up in the plains.
And I'll say yes. It reminds me of the mountains, the mountainous regions of the woodland realms that I've scavenged through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Candathan's pretty close to some mountains. It's only like a day's trip from Candathan to the mountains. Does anybody have anybody they know in Candathan? I, Cadril, only know of one person in Candathan that I know I can talk to.
I don't know. I might have a cousin who works for nobility there. Like, remember correctly, I think it's his name's like I don't know, Gringle. I can't remember.
Okay. Yeah, well there is the Empire has a like a town mayorship there and stuff like that, so he might be working in the administrative areas in there. Who knows?
Never mind then. My family only works for nobles exclusively.
Oh,
Well, that
okay.
sucks.
Well, maybe we'll be able to find some noble families, and they might be able to recognize your status, or maybe they'll even be able to find your cousin Gringle.
Oh yeah. Well, I guess I'll see Gringle another time then. He's not really my objective, but
Yep.
it'll be nice if I see him.
Yeah, it might be nice if you have a cousin there. Yeah. So yeah, we just keep kind of walking along, and Kaleg, I'm gonna get you to do your herbalism check as we move into sort of some new areas. So you can just roll a straight 1d20 for me, and if it's a pass-fail, no modifiers. It's just a pass-fail basically, DC. Okay, so we don't see any harvestable herbs as we keep going. Luckily, you've gotten some before, so you're holding on to a pretty good stash anyway.
We
What
keep
about me
getting
as a
attacked
ranger?
for monsters more than plants.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So as we keep going, we're kind of ending we're kind of getting to the sort of downslope part of the lake where it drains out into a river. And you can see the river kind of up ahead, and we're a couple 100 feet from the bridge or whatever. And as we get closer and closer to the bridge, I'm just gonna get you guys to roll a perception right now. Everyone can go ahead and roll perception. Okay. Oh, Teddy. Okay. So as you get closer and closer to this bridge, Teddy notices that there's some dried blood on the posts of the bridge that are standing up, and on the sort of like it's caked on the ropes that are holding up the bridge. It's a wood bridge, and yeah, as you get closer and closer, you're like maybe 100 feet away. Teddy kind of also sees that there is some beasts in the trees. And then Teddy, I'll just get you to roll a nature check on this one just to see if I give you all the information about these beasts. Okay, so all you can tell is that they're beasts, basically. Yeah, but you're about 100 feet away from this like intersection so far, and you can tell that the beasts are sleeping in the trees that are around the intersection, and also, yeah, that like you see a body at the bottom of one of the trees. That's kind of it looks like it's been eaten, but it's pretty old. It's kind of rotting and decrepit a bit too.
Did you change maps for us?
No, I'm going to right away.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that now, actually, because we're pretty much close enough now. So, yeah, you're at 100 feet, and this is what you can see. I'll just wait till it loads for everyone. And I'm not going to put the characters on there yet, because they're still out to the east, about, 30 or 40 more feet out to the east. Yeah, so Teddy, you see them. They're sleeping. You're far enough away that you're not going to wake them up yet, but you know that we have to cross this bridge.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
We'll just see if Teddy says anything to us first. Okay, so Teddy kind of tells us to be quiet. There's something up there. And so Cadriel kind of looks at him.
Come now, it can't be anything much more frightening than those giant octopus we just slayed the other day.
True.
And
We
two.
did just slay some giant octopuses not long ago. We've only been traveling for an hour, so that was just this morning. And Cadriel's kind of like, true, but we had more bodies, that's for sure. Dingle says he has mage hand. He can do something
What
with
says
that.
what says the
Cool.
messenger of the situation?
Well, Dingle says that he can do something with his mage hand, and so I'm wondering if there might be a way to distract these beasts. Almost all the beasts I know like meat, so if we could maybe do
I
some.
could cast fog cloud and we could maybe
Okay,
get
here we go.
past.
So we agree that we're gonna try and give him some meat. Teddy, stealthily. Where are you gonna stealth, Teddy? And what are you gonna do? Let's see. Because I'll give you the stealth is definitely a pass. So I'm just
I'm just
wondering.
going to hide in the shadows in one of the shrubs or whatever as we walk up, or figure out what we're doing.
Okay, so I'm just gonna put you in a shrub right here, and oh yeah, I'm gonna just put the beasts out now so that you can see them all. Do. They're all in the trees, so it's gonna be kind of hard to see them. There's one here. I'm just gonna ping them as I go. And then there's one just to the north of him in this tree. We're way over here. And then this is the one that you see is closest to us. And this one's just about, 40 feet away from the group, sleeping in a tree. So I'm going to just say you come up into there, Teddy. Is that cool? Into those trees right there? Or do you want to go a little bit closer? I'm also going to get all of our peeps on here. Okay. And I'm just going to move us back a bit. But yeah, so you're just hiding there, hey, Teddy?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So where's Teddy? There he is.
Do you guys want to fight these guys or do you guys want to stealth by them?
I want Dingle to try and distract them by putting some food out. I think it's a good idea what he had, because he said he could do something with Mage Hand, so I kind of think it's a good idea to send his Mage Hand. How far can Mage Hand go, Dingle?
30 feet for myself.
30 feet
But
for yourself.
if I'm within its range of at least 30 feet, it'll stay out.
At least 30 feet. Okay.
I can't make any attacks with it, though, so that kind
I
of
know,
sucks.
yeah. So I was thinking, well, we can get you to kind of try and stealth in with where Teddy is, and that's kind of within like 30 feet of him. Then if we're able...
You can slap them for no damage.
Yeah, you could slap him awake, I guess, yeah.
That could work.
Yeah, we could do that. I'm just worried because we can see there's these other ones. As soon as we wake up this one, I feel like the rest of them are going to wake up,
Well, now think about it. There's only 3 of them, right? So we could probably just gang up on one of them, and then we just team up on the other 2.
Yeah.
Split off into 2
I
groups
guess
or
it's
whatever.
6 on 3 right now. Okay.
Why doesn't Teddy fire a shot and wake one up, and it'll wake him up individually. He'll run up at us. The other 2 will be sleeping because they're on the other side, right?
I think once we wake one of these panthers up, or pardon me, one of these beasts up, they'll probably have some sort of cry or some sort of yell that they do to wake everything else up. Usually, it's how the beasts work.
Okay.
Wait a second, I have an idea. Alright, so my new idea is you guys cause a noise and attack the one in the tree right there.
Okay.
I'll ping it really quick.
Yeah.
And then I'll just go to the bridge, wait for the other 2 wolves across, and I use Thunder Wave.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Hell yeah.
Okay, yeah, we can send K-Leg. Do you still have Thunderwave? Is it a cantrip or is it a cast?
It's a spell.
Okay.
But I still have two slots left.
Oh, cool. What do you want to do?
I was gonna wild shape.
Oh, cool. Are you gonna wild shape? What do you want to wild shape into?
If they want me to use a spell, then I probably shouldn't do that.
Oh, I don't care. You can wild shape. That's a really good idea too, because I know you can probably change into some pretty good stuff. So, You could change into the giant octopus too that we just saw. You can't move very fast,
so
but
I can do up to CR1, but I still can't do flying or swimming yet. So
oh, okay, yeah. So, okay, yeah. So, right now I'm gonna say that you can see this guy because Teddy's like pointed it out. So you can change into this thing too, and I'm gonna tell you that it's a panther. Just to let you know. So, do you want to wild shape?
I do want a wild shape, yes.
Okay, so I think here's maybe the good plan. We'll get K-Leg and Dingle to go to the like bridge when we attack this first guy. And I'm thinking we should get Azaius to go with them, just so we have somebody who's like more melee.
Yeah.
He can like kind of jump in after they do their thunder waves. So we'll try and like stagger the thunder waves so that we can keep those guys back on that bridge. And then while that's
And I'll take care of
happening,
the stragglers.
yeah, and then while that's happening, we'll be taking out the one that's in the back here with Teddy, and then we can all turn our attention to the front line. After you guys do your thunder waves, like just thunder wave and then run back if you can, so that we don't hit each other and stuff like that. So, does that sound like a plan?
Yeah, it sounds good.
Yeah, 2 group attack. All right. Because we have to get through here, and so we're going to have to wake him up, and we're not going to try and deceive him. All right. So we get 1 round of surprise attack, and I'm going to have us 3, Cajal, Dingle, and Teddy. We're going to get the surprise round, but I'm wondering, I'm going to stay back a bit. I'm not going to stealth up. Like, I'm still, 40 feet back from the panther. Dingle, are you going to be in the bush with him, or do you want to come back with me?
I think I'll come back with you.
Okay. So we're standing at 40 feet back. And then everybody else can kind of just be hidden in this bush here waiting for the other guys to move. And then once we do, you guys can just move ahead and you'll move up 30 feet into this like area here to start fighting them at the edge of the bridge. All right. So the way a sneak attack works is that I think we each get 1 round of attack on this panther that's hanging out there. And it's all going to be ranged, it looks like. So I'll get Teddy to just roll it first. We don't need a real turn order for this yet, but we will get we'll get a turn order once we've started this whole thing. So all 3 of us get a attack of opportunity, or a surprise attack, I should say.
Is there a panther right there too?
Yeah, so there's one. That's the one that Teddy and I are all going to
How do I
focus
undo
on,
this
and then
shit?
there's 2 in the and then there's 1 there, and then 2 in the trees. Yep, those are the dings that you just got. Cool.
How do I undo that? Sorry.
Oh, the drawing. I can
Yeah.
just go ahead and clear drawings.
Awesome. Sorry.
There you go. No problem. Best part about being a DM. So, yeah, Teddy, you can go ahead and roll. You're probably gonna shoot a crossbow or a javelin or something.
I've already shot for an 18,
Oh, I see it there, and so that hits.
and that allows me to use my sneak. So
Double
loot.
damage, right? Or
It's 2d6 extra surprise attack.
okay, yep, cool. So yeah, we just melt that guy right off the bat, and as he dies, he makes that guttural screech that I said they would. And he awakens the other 2, that are across the way. Yeah. So then now we can. I'm just gonna open up turn order. Let me clear it out, and then we'll all roll for our initiative quick. Okay. Yeah, it's clear. You guys can roll for initiative. Yeah, I finally got a good initiative. Isn't that nice? All right, let's get these panthers in here.
Oh. Oh crap. I didn't select the token, my bad. It was
All
a
G,
5.
bro. I do it every time almost, so it's not a problem.
I'm learning.
Yeah, you're
There we go.
doing really well, I would say. Like, I've had people do a lot worse.
Okay, so that's not a 16, it's definitely a 5, but yeah.
Okay.
Because that was my first roll.
Okay, I'm just getting everybody in, hopefully. Right. Do I see you, Adam? don't see you in my thing yet. Did you click your token?
I clicked the token, and
Yours?
do you click the token and then go to your character chart for initiative?
Yeah, and then you go,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Hmm.
what I did.
Oh wait, there it showed up. Okay, it showed up. Okay, it was
Okay,
just
but it
taking its
was
time. It was a 6
yeah,
or was it a 9?
it was the first one was a 5. The first one was a
Okay,
5. Yeah,
all right. So I'm just getting everybody
cool.
lined up. Why is it? Okay, so I have everybody. Just wait. Just did anybody roll twice?
I did. I rolled like three.
That's okay. That's okay. If nobody else did, then
Just want
we're
to put your most current roll in there, so you're fine.
yeah. So yeah,
Okay, yeah, sure. Let's do that.
we're good. 5 puts you in the same spot, so I'm just gonna keep it. Yeah, so I think we have it now. Everybody's there, 4, 5, and the Panthers. So Cadril goes first. He sees that this guy's been nuked, and he's gonna move up his 30 feet so that he can get within range nicely to attack these dudes. I think that's 30. Was that right? Usually I'm not too worried about it. I don't. Yeah, okay, that's about 30. And then I think I can throw a firebolt at the one that just woke up. Yeah, I can. Okay, cool. Right over in there. So I'm gonna throw it at the one that's on the top of the map, essentially, the north side. Yeah, the north side.
What's the max movement?
Your max movement is 30.
30 feet. Okay.
Yeah. And I'm gonna try and hit him with a ray of frost because I know these beasts. They look pretty fast. So. All right, and I got a 8, so I totally miss. And then I say, "They're in the trees, get them!" And I kind of just point to like the trees over here. And then these guys come down from the trees now. It's their turn. And they get 30. So yeah, they don't really get that far, honestly, because they're just coming out of trees. So they get kind of to there. And they can't really do anything because they're so far away. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and skip to the next one, which is Dingle. Go ahead, Ding. You can see they've come down now. Cadril's on the front line, which he's not supposed to be. He thought he'd step up and do a nice shot and totally missed, so I'll let you go
Alright.
ahead and...
I'm just going to use Firebolt on the closest one.
'Kay.
And a 20.
Awesome.
17, I guess.
Yep. So go ahead and roll your damage. 10 fire. Oh, that's pretty good
Wow.
damage. Yeah, so you see it kind of like blast him, rip him. There's burning fur and like some exposed skin and muscle as it burns all over his body. It kind of engulfs him in a total fireball of flame. But as he comes through, you see he's kind of like just looks like a demon dog with like all this like burned fur and like flesh and sinew off of his body. You can tell that it's extremely hurt, but it's still coming at you.
Sorry, Wolf. I didn't mean to.
And that'll be... Do you want to move or no?
I think I'm good where I'm at.
Okay. So Adam, you can go ahead. And yeah, you can see this guy's coming across the bridge.
I'm gonna yell, "Good shot, Dingle!" Move up 30 feet here to back up, K-Lake.
Where's... Or that's
I'm
Cadril,
gonna
just to let you know.
Cadril, sorry.
All good.
Sorry, I keep getting
We've got
mixed
the
up.
we've got the same name and we're both high elves, so it's kind of yeah. Anyways,
And I'm gonna pull out my longbow and shoot it at this guy who's almost dead,
oh dude,
this
you
panther.
definitely hit. What is
And
your...
we got 12 piercing damage.
Oh wow, you have 4 decks and 2
Fire one
growth.
off, and I'll say, Cadril, I admire your valiance, but you should not be on the front lines. Let me back you up. Phew!
And Cadril kind
Send an
of
arrow flying.
cowers and he's like, "Thank you." Yeah, and the arrow lands, hits, and does enough damage to kill it. So how does it look when you get to explain the kill?
So the arrow goes flying through the middle of the bridge at like you can hear it flying, and it goes right into the panther's like kind of like cowering and bloody. It goes right into its eye, and it just like goes through its eye into its skull and just fucking ceases its function and it just falls flat on its stomach with
Perfect.
blood pouring out.
Nice. Awesome. So yeah, he just like as it hits, he instantly falls, and you can tell that it's definitely dead. Okay. Kaleg, you're up, bud. I guess we're all kind of far too.
All right. Well, it seemed to be going down pretty easy, so I think I'm not going to do what I thought I was going to do. So originally I was going to move up to the bridge and wild shape, but
Yeah, but I don't think you need it.
they're going down so easy. I'm still going to move to the bridge. Oh, I can't move that far, so I will move here and then just ready my scimitar.
Cool. Yep. So you're holding your scimitar action as a attack if the panther comes close enough. Cool.
Correct.
Cool. And so we'll move on to Teddy now. Teddy just landed that sick ass crossbow, longbow. I can't crossbow shot and
Yep.
Yeah.
Shooting straight across. And don't make sure. Yep, normal. And 16 to hit.
Okay, cool. So wait, your crossbow can shoot up to 400. I don't know this. When it says 100, 400.
Okay, so 100 is the first number is how far it can shoot at normal.
Yeah. Okay, that's
Anything
what I
past that is disadvantage, and its maximum range is 400.
thought. Okay, I got you now. So I thought it was a range of 100. So you're definitely within 100 feet, just at the
Yeah.
very edge.
So it's just like on his longbow, you see 150 to 600.
Yeah, it can shoot a lot
Longbow will
farther.
actually shoot further, but yep.
Yep, gotcha. And there's some damage differences, I think, too. But anyways, yeah. So you hit him for 3 damage.
3
and
piercing, and
three-
I go, "What are you all moving up for? You have range."
I don't think K-Leg does. Yeah, I actually didn't need to move up at all. What was I thinking? Why did Cadril
I
even
just
move up?
learned my range just now, so
Yeah.
boy. I have 150, right? With my longbow.
Yeah, with your longbow, you
Shoot
can
150 without disadvantage.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
So
and
it's a
then up
very
to
far away.
600 with disadvantage.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
can shoot up to 600
Sick.
disadvantage, yes, but
This is dope.
there's hardly anything in the game that you'll be able to see or reach at 600.
Yeah, it's hard to
Yeah,
see over
sure.
like even 100 feet. So
Okay, cool.
yeah. So it's it's my turn. Whoops, I thought it was somebody else's turn. Yeah, okay, so I see him and I'm gonna try and use my classic firebolt to try and bring him down before he gets any closer.
Classic fail.
Oh yeah. Classic tossing 3 out there to hit or something like that. I don't even know. What's my lowest roll that I can hit with? I can't even remember. Probably 3 or 4, something like that.
Boys.
Yeah, coming back to chat here. 21 is definitely a hit, so I'm gonna throw. Oh, I have a +5. Okay, so the lowest I can do is 6. Oh yeah, another 2. My damage rolls have been 1 and 2, baby. So yeah, I hit him for a really weak little puff of fire. It kind of bounces off of him, even like you see it. It just impacts his shoulder, leaves some singed hair, but it doesn't even really deal much damage beyond burning off the hair. And it's definitely still coming. It looks like it's ready to rock. So it's taking a little damage. It's a little beat up from the bow and the fire it just took, but it's still coming. And so now that it's on the ground, it's a little bit faster. Climbing out of the trees kind of sucks for it, but it is a very fast animal. So I'm just going to double check that it has that. Yeah, okay, good. Cool. So I'm going to measure out its movement. 15.
Down to there.
35. Okay. Cool. So, unfortunately, even with its extremely fast 50 speed movement, it doesn't make it across the bridge. Yeah, and it's definitely looking like it might, not make it. Yeah, Dingle, it's up to you now to take her down. Also, I'm just going to say, Adam, I don't know if you have anything for this, but you might be able to, Do you still have like a or animal handling or anything like that? Oh no, we just traded that out. That's right. Never
I
mind.
told my I traded my
Never
animal
mind. Never
speed for
mind. Never
fog
mind. Yeah,
fog thing.
fog
Yeah,
cloud. Fog cloud's way better
fog
for
cloud.
combat, so that's good. Never
Yeah,
mind. I was gonna just
I'm
remind you.
focusing on combat for
I,
my beginner levels, and then we'll get cool afterward.
cool, not a problem. Anyways, Dingle, go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna use Ray of Frost on it,
Awesome. And that's a hit.
and 19.
Yeah, that's a hit.
All right, 1 damage. Hell yeah.
We are again just toying with our food. This is
This
kind
is the
of,
mother cat, man. This is the mother cat.
yeah, we can't seem to do. She's like the stocky, beefy one. The other two were just weaklings. Yeah. So it takes a little glancing blow of ray of frost, and you can see that some of its hair is turned to icicles now, and they're like kind of standing up where it got impacted. But it's slowed down a little bit. It kind of spread along you can see its muscles are constricting a bit against the freezing. And now it's Azaeus' turn. There we go.
I'm going to. Where is this? Yeah, I'm just gonna run up in there and cleave it with my short sword.
Awesome. You're gonna give it a nice clean ending, hopefully. Yeah, boy, let's go. 22 is a hit.
For
9
9
piercing.
piercing.
Yeah, you end it off, man. Let me know how let me know how it goes.
Nice.
I run up in there and I grab my sword and just cleave off its head with a clean finish. And
Awesome.
the head rolls by the bridge and into the river and it's away.
Awesome. And we all see it kind of just like floating down the river as we realize the danger has passed.
See, boys,
would like-
that wasn't so dangerous.
All
like
right,
to
good,
skin
good
the
job,
kitty.
team.
You want to skin one of them? Who wants to skin them?
Caleb.
Okay.
You know what? I'll help Caleb out.
I'm just wondering if I want to. Is there like a leatherworking thing, proficiency? I'm just wondering. In tools, I think there are. Yeah, there are, and there's a proficiency for it. Unfortunately, you aren't proficient enough to do it.
Okay.
I'm sorry that I have to hard rail the DM like that.
Can I pull
but
that or no?
I will just mention that we're going to a big city coming up ahead, or not a big city, but a big town, and there'll be lots of things that you can purchase as you go. Okay, what was the next question?
Can Azaeus pull any like skins or
Yeah, so you
you know
can
what I
go
mean?
ahead and everybody can do a nature check, and that will be to see if you can pull out one of their teeth. And then you can also, everybody can take a panther ration if they want one panther ration. They're not very meaty, so there's only, a little bit of meat on each one.
And remember, you tricky fingers and twinkly fingers don't need to run up in front of the fight.
Keijo kind of looks back and he's like, yeah, I seem to have forgotten everything I learned in the academy about fighting. And he just kind of hangs his head and shakes his head like he's stupid. And then he says, but that's why I have all of you to save me. So anyways, who rolled nature? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so the 3 that pass are Dingle, Teddy, and Azaeus. You can all add a panther fang to your equipment. And just make it like 1 pound or less. Yeah, and while that's kind of going on, Cagel's kind of just looking around at the beasts and kind of surveying the scene, and he's like, "It looks like some unfortunate travelers were murdered here." And then he kind of walks over to the rotting corpse and he investigates it, and he's like, "Oh, there's nothing on this. This has been picked clean." And he kind of just like looks at the bones and the sinew, and all the clothes are kind of ripped apart, and it doesn't look like this person was actually like a martial person. They were just like a traveler, and they've already been looted. Okay, so yeah, Jeffy was just kind of hiding. Jeffy is I totally forgot about him, so we're just gonna say that he was hiding. And he kind of comes out and he's like, "Oh, you fight well. I feel very safe around you." And yeah.
Oh, shucks.
Yeah, so Cagel kind of comes back and gets in with the group or whatever, and kind of looks around. He's like, "Well, you've got everything off of these beasts that you need."
I'm gonna ask, how many panther fangs did we get? Did we get one or three?
One each. So
One each?
yeah,
For
each of
each
you.
of. Okay, and then we got how many panther rations?
One each. Yep.
One each. Okay.
Yep.
So yes, it looks like we've got everything here. Let's move on.
Cagel kind of nods and he's like, "We can't be far now. It's about midday right now, and I think we'll get to Candathan in only a few hours, so we should get there in time to make arrangements to find some sleep or some sort of sanctuary while we start to unravel the mystery of what's going on this island. I think we're ready to go. Everybody ready?"
I'll turn over to Dingle and say, "Good job in that fight. How many more spell casts do you have?"
I'm doing pretty good, actually. But yeah, I haven't actually used any spells besides the weak ones we've got, like the Ray of Frost and the Fireball thing, like really small version.
Oh, okay.
Yep, I think
But yeah, other than that, I'm ready to go.
Awesome.
we haven't seen Dingle's full potential yet. He's only using his cantrips so far. Maybe soon we'll see a powerful spell come out of him, but I'm kind of curious as to what will come out of him when we get into some deeper fights. But yeah, I think we're ready to carry on to Candathan. Let's keep walking. How about? Oh, and as we're leaving, wait, did we do a herbalism check into this one? Yeah, we did. Sorry. Nope, we already did the herbalism check. Yeah, so perfect. We continue on, and this road is clearly leading us northward now to Candathan. It seems like there's not really any more beasts around. It's pretty open plain, and the road's really nice. It's definitely a developed road, but still, again, there's not really many travelers out. As we continue closer to Candathan, we're sort of noticing, and I'm gonna keep you on this page till we get there, basically. We start noticing that there's more farms and stuff as we get closer, and a little bit more like human activity. And as we get closer and closer, we start to see the walled city of Candathan. It has a big stone wall around it, but lots of people live outside the wall on farms and acreages and little cul-de-sacs or whatever, little suburbs. But inside the wall is where the majority of the town is and the majority of the trading. As we get closer and closer, we kind of notice that day is getting slowly closer to night, and we get closer to the gates at the same time that the sun is sort of going down. It's like around supper time, essentially. So yeah, we get to the gates, and there's the 6 of us here, and I'm gonna just move you all over to it now. Okay, and I'm gonna put
Cool.
our lovely peeps here. So I think that should be everyone. Yeah. Pardon me.
I'm gonna
Okay.
examine this statue here.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so as we're going in, there's the hustle and bustle of these gates. It's a very busy town. People do a lot of trading here. Pardon me, I got the burps. And as you are coming through the gates, there's people pushing past you, rushing past you, carts. There's guards around the gates, Empire guards, and you definitely notice that it's a pretty busy place. And Casual kind of says like, "Okay, now that we're here, essentially we're just gathering at the gate before we go in." Casual kind of grabs everyone and he says, "Now that we're here, we have a couple options. I know Lang Kay, who is a priestess here. She helps run the local church, and at this local church, I know that Lang Kay, she'll probably give us sanctuary. She's a very forgiving, lovely high elf as well, who shares the same religious beliefs as I do. We're both members of we both followers of Coralon, the great high elf god, and so I know that we'll probably be safe there. So we can go there first, but also we know that we can go to the town hall where the mayor is. If we want to get information about the summoners first, the cult of the summoners, and see what the Empire knows about it. I'm pretty sure Dingle would be able to get our party an audience, especially because we have Jeffy here, who is a member of the Empire. With both of them, we'll have no problem getting in to talk to the mayor. The other places we could go are just like the shops and the pubs and the inns and stuff. We have 3 more days here in Candathan before my shipment will show up with the caravan that will have all the gold and everything that we'll get paid with. So we're gonna have to stay here for a little while. Basically, 2 more sleeps after tonight. First things I would want to do are basically go to the sanctuary so we can make sure we have a place to sleep tonight, and to go to the mayor's place just so we can get some information. After that, we can pretty much go around and do whatever we like. Which one would you guys prefer to go to first? Do you think we should go to the church first, or do you think we should go to the mayor's office first and see if we can see what he knows?
I say the mayor's office. It might be the easiest one to do.
Okay. Yeah, the mayor would have a lot of information too about the city, so maybe he has some other arrangements he can help us with or something. What do you guys think?
Caleb's impartial.
Okay.
Is the church just to rest then?
Well,
She's not comfortable.
we would go to the church to talk to see if we can get sanctuary there first. Lenke, I'm not sure if Lenke will give us sanctuary. I'm pretty sure she will. She's a member of my religion, and it would be a very mean thing to do. So, so we don't have to go there.
I agree with was it Dingle?
Yeah.
Let's go see the mayor then first.
Okay, let's go see the mayor first. All right. So as we've made our decision, and Jeffy's like, "Yeah, I want to go see the mayor first too. I've got to deliver my message." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, Jeffy. Okay, well we'll definitely go see the mayor then." Jeffy. And so Jeffy's following us, and we're kind of just moving in. And as we do, right below this nice statue here, we see a wizard, and it is a bugbear female wizard. And as we walk in, the bugbear female wizard runs right up to Teddy, and she says, "Bugbear brethren, you must help me." And Teddy kind of looks at her and does whatever. What does Teddy say? We'll see what Teddy says.
Teddy.
I think he's muted.
Oh, he might be muted. You can also type it in chat there, Teddy. Or maybe he took a little B-herb. There we go. So he kind of, was that Teddy?
No, that was me. That was me.
Okay, I was wondering. I was like, what? Yeah, Teddy, you here, bud? Maybe he had to take a little break.
Maybe he's just plastered from seeing the bugbear after so long. Female bugbear.
Yeah, he's just so in shock. He doesn't even know what to say. Okay,
He's got
we'll
no
run with
game.
that. And so Cadril kind of goes up to her and says, "Well, what's the problem? What's the matter?" And the bugbear kind of looks at Cadril and kind of back to Teddy as he's stunned, and then I guess she decides to talk to Cadril because Teddy's not saying anything. And yeah, she's like, "You have to help. My spell book was stolen." And Cadril kind of says, "What do you mean stolen? How did somebody steal your book?" And she says, "At the local inn, there's that bitch Adria. The bitch, she stole it from me. She cheated in our card game." And Cadril is kind of like, "What? Like, she cheated you in a card game?" And she's like, "Yes, she cheated me and took my spell book as a payment. But she cheated. She did not win in a fair way." And Cadril's kind of like, okay. "And you said her name's Adria?" And she's like, "Yes, Adria, the stupid half-elf. She is in the inn. I say if you can get my spellbook back from her, I give you 1,000 gold." And Cadril kind of goes wide-eyed, and he's like, guys, I think we should maybe try and figure out this at some point, because that's a lot of money." She's like, thank you. Yes. If you get it for me, I'll be right here. I'll be at the statue. Thank you for helping me. Nobody else says they will help me. Nobody believe me." And Cadril kind of just nods his head, and he's like, okay, yeah. Like, for sure, we'll help you out. But give us a little time. You know, we just got into town, and we're gonna have to get set up. And she's kind of like, okay, yes. Come to me in within the next couple of days. And if you have spellbook, I will stay here, and I will pay you the money. And Cadril kind kind of nods and says, "Okay." He says, "And if you want to find us, I think we'll be at the church, the local church. That's probably where we'll be staying." And Keijo asks her name, and she just says, "My name is Futa." And she says, "If you want to find me, I'll be by the statue. I sleep only in this alleyway behind here." And Keijo kind of is like, "Oh, okay, that's fine." And he kind of looks around and he's like, "Well, I guess maybe we should keep going now. Yeah, let's head on. Do you guys have any questions for Futa?"
No, I don't have a question, but I think she's really suspicious. In fact, while I was actually at my mansion and stuff, like I was reading like information on scams in other places, I thought I might get scammed.
Yeah.
And it sounds like it's like really a lot like one.
Okay.
It's called like a bishing scam. It's
Ooh,
hard to
yeah.
explain.
Okay. Keijo's like, okay. I'm gonna get. So anybody who's
I
suspicious
too
of her.
find this suspicious.
Yeah. I can
She
definitely.
claims to live in the street, but she has access to such a highly powerful spell book. And also, did she get cheated or did she just lose at the game?
Exactly. So what I'm gonna get you guys to roll is insight. Anybody who's suspicious of her, roll insight. Caedrel's not that suspicious of her. He's a pretty okay.
I would
just
like the
think she-
gold.
Okay, so Dingle, you can't tell whether she's lying or not. It's just kind of like, not intelligence. You have to.
Oh,
It'll be
wait,
insight.
insight?
Yeah, it'll be its own thing. But Dingle, you can't tell.
Where is it?
She could be
Oh,
lying. She could be
Well,
telling the
I
truth.
guess she's not too suspicious.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Hey.
Okay, Isaias, you can tell that actually she is not lying. She is just an extremely eccentric wizard. Wizards are usually pretty eccentric, and this is definitely the same case with her. She's definitely not lying. She doesn't speak very good common, obviously, so she's like really just a desperate person who needs help.
Okay.
You can even tell that to the rest of the group if you want.
I believe she's telling the truth. I have sussed her out, and she is indeed truthful. It is her spell book, and I believe we can use that gold to the advantage of our party. Let's accept this quest.
All right, and Cadril kind of agrees. He's like, yes, this sounds good. I too thought she might be, but I don't have great insight, so I'm glad that somebody else sort of sussed her out. Thank you, Isaias.
All right. Well, while you guys do that, I'm still a little suspicious of this, so I'm not going to wait outside the inn. Just call me if you need any help or anything.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, when we go to the inn to sort of check this out, we'll make sure that we sort of set up like we're, like, you know, we'll have Dingle outside to make sure. Yeah, so after
Dingle's still
that,
suspicious.
yeah, Dingle's still suspicious. He's not
He doesn't
he's not
believe her.
accepting it. Yeah, he didn't get the insight, so and for some reason he doesn't believe you too, which is fine. But yeah, so we go into sort of the main, and I'm just going to leave our tokens off this next one. I'm going to move you over to the next part of town. Yeah, so we get to this sort of main area in town, and there's some pretty notable buildings kind of in the center of town. They're all really nice and close, so that's always good. This is the church over here. This bigger building right here is the town hall where the mayor will be. Over here is the inn and the stables. You guys don't really need to know this, but I'm just letting you know. And then there's some other shops around here, like potion shops and such. Quartermasters to have weapons and such. There's other people who deal in all sorts of different things. And especially in this little area of the market. This market goes on during the days. You guys have got here too late in the day to experience it. But tomorrow morning it'll open up, and you can. That's where all of like the people who sell proficiency gear and stuff like that is. So that's where you'll be able to do a lot of the shopping tomorrow. We don't have any gold for most of us right now because we're waiting still on the shipment from my order so that I can pay you guys for the first 2 days of adventuring. But until we get that, we're just going to sort of hang out in town and learn things and talk to people. Yeah, so we end up going to the town hall, and as we get to the town hall, you know, we have Jeffy with us, who's an Empire guy, and there's Empire guards, and we have Dingle with us. So we kind of just say, I kind of tell them to like take the lead on this essentially, and to try and just get us a meeting with the mayor, saying that we have to tell him about what we've found on the road with from Captain Thelrig's little party, and then also that we have some things to discuss too. that we have found on the road from our little party. So as we go up and to the like administrative center, we're kind of a weird looking party, but Jeffy and Dingle combined their sort of persuasive power and the fact that we have a member of the Empire with us gets us an audience almost immediately with the town mayor. When we go up into the town mayor's office, we notice that it's just him and like a couple other little like I would say acolyte type looking people. They're not really like warriors, but the town mayor is a warrior. He's a former warrior from the Empire, and he's a fighter. And I'm just gonna show him to you now. I think I'm looking through his backstory just to make sure there's no spoilers, because I put different things in different places. Cool. So his name is Bragan, and they tell you when you meet Bragan to speak clearly and concisely, and not to mix words. He's a bit of a hothead, and he doesn't like if he thinks you're lying to him. Like, he doesn't like that. So, they're like, speak clearly and speak true when they warn you to go talk to him. And so we get up into the office of Bragan, and Bragan kind of looks at Jeffy. And Jeffy kind of looks at Bragan, and he's like, "My liege, I bring reports from the Lake Candathan." And he's like, kind of looks at him. He's like, "Tell me what you've seen." And he's like, "I'm from the reports of Captain Thelreg's brigade. We were attacked on the lake by giant octopi. There was 2 of them. They have taken the lives of some of Captain Thelreg's party. He has let me know that we will most likely not be able to secure the route to Alamar, and that they will need more resources in the fight. It appears that the lizard folk and the merfolk have also been agitated, partly in due to the caravanners going through their territories, and they will not be able to secure it alone against such forces." And Bragan kind of looks at him, and he's like, "Thank you for your report. Is there anything else?" And Jeffy kind of looks at him, and he's like, "My lord, I have no place to stay for the night. I was wondering if maybe you would be able to put me up in the inn." And Bragan says, "Yes, of course. You'll be put up in the inn for 2 days, and then you will join Captain Thelreg back on the front lines. I will be sending you with added resources for Captain Thelreg, and you will be taking them back out to the front lines to find him." And Jeffy kind of says, "Thank you, my liege." And then Bragan looks at him as, "If there's no more business, you are dismissed, and you may go to the inn. I will have my administrators make sure you are taken care of." And as he dismisses Jeffy, he kind of looks back to our group, and he says, "And now for you. Why are you here?" And I'm going to let you speak, Dingle, because you're kind of our representative.
Hello, Sir Bragan. My name is Dingle McDingle of the McDingle clan. It's a pleasure meeting you. We wanted to talk to you today because we want to inform you about the merfolk bandits that have attacked us recently. You see, they may not be too dangerous, but they managed to incapacitate 3 of us, and I think the 4th person as well. I'm not sure. Whatever the case, they did steal all of our money, and they stole some tomes from us. The tomes themselves weren't too important, but it would be kind of nice, to have them back.
And Bragan kind of looks at you, and he's like, "It's very disturbing to hear that the lizard and merfolk are once again agitated in the area. It definitely means that the cult of the summoners has stirred up some sort of evil magic and is once again ripping the balance from the land."
Yes, it's a great shame. What do you think could be causing it?
Well, it's definitely the increase in the cult of summoner activity. Yes, it seems that around this area they have increased their activity quite a bunch. They've been coming down from the mountains. It seems they have some sort of foothold up there, some sort of stronghold potentially. Since they've been moving from the mountains, they've been moving all the way down to the bottom and the top of the island from the north and the south. They've been spreading everywhere, and it seems wherever they go, the land, it responds to this sort of evil corruption that they keep bringing into our realm. They seem to be upsetting the balance of the realm, and I know that they are able to summon undead and evil creatures from another plane, and I have a feeling that as they summon these creatures into the balance of nature, that they are slowly destroying it, and that is why we're seeing so much violence from the natural creatures around Candithan and Alamar.
I see. That is most shocking. But I do want to have to ask something. Do you have a precise area of where the activity is the most active? Because if you want, we can take care of it, or at the very least look into it.
Well, you see, the majority of it is up in the north. That's where the Empire has sent the majority of our forces. We did have a large force here just a few days ago who were taking off to the north. You could probably catch them if you were to travel through the day and the night. They're about a day ahead of you, but I wouldn't recommend it. There are caravaniers here who would be a much better way to travel. So the way I would say it is, if you want to meet up with those forces and go investigate that area, you'll probably have to enlist the help of a caravaneer, and then you can ride your way to the north. They will be landing in Ellendir. Ellendir is the farthest north dwarven town. Have any of you heard of it? And he kind of looks around.
I have heard of it, actually.
Okay.
Ellendir is a relatively nice place. My father actually gets some stuff transport from there. Mostly nails, iron bars, just standard
Definitely.
things.
Yes, the dwarves, they craft some of the best metalwork in all of the land. I'm not surprised. But yeah, that's where the Empire has gone. They've taken their force up north, and they're probably going to try and crack the defenses of the Cult of the Summoners up there. It was a large force that they had taken, and I know that they're going to stop in Elandir to try and enlist the help of the dwarves, because the dwarves have had nothing but headaches while they've been up in the mountains trying to do their normal mining. They've been getting attacked constantly by the Cult of the Summoners, and there's even reports of large undead creatures and monstrosities that they have to fight. So that's why the Empire has sent the help that they've sent. Like I said, when you get there, you'll be able to talk to one of the commanders. His name is Ixukrup. Ixukrup is the Empire's commander in Elendil, and when you get there, I'll give you a note that says that you have my blessing in helping with bringing down this scourge upon the land.
Thank you, Sir Delphram. I think that'll be all. Before you leave, I'd like to ask you one more question. Have you heard news of a gnome named Sprinkle McDingle? He looks more like a dwarf than a regular gnome. Let's see. He has a battle axe. He refuses to wear a shirt. He has this old cloak. He kind of smells bad. And let's see. Oh yes, he has like brown hair, green eyes,
I think I know the
and
one
about
you
like
talk
a
about.
short beard.
I think I know it. You don't have to go on. There's only so many gnomes that look like dwarves that are shirtless. Yes, I've heard rumor that he's up in Elendil. He's helping fight the undead. I thought it was some sort of joke at first, but apparently it's not. It's true that this gnome has gone to prove his strength amongst the dwarfs. He heard that there are some of the strongest creatures being summoned up in the mountains there, and I do believe he did pass through here quite a while ago. He's been up in Elendil for a while now, but he did pass through here and then eventually go on north. Yeah, like I said, there's only so many shirtless gnomes.
That was excellent news. Thank you, Sir Delphram. Whenever we get to Ellendir, I'll be sure to give him a warm welcome. And I bid you adieu.
I hope he is still there, but first, before you go, I must ask some more questions about your own group. What is your interest in the Cult of the Summoners, and why have you come? And Cagel kind of stands up and he says, well, I am a member of the Order of the Lost Gods, and I have come to track them down. And hopefully, if we can find them, the Order will help in defeating their presence on this land. And the mayor kind of looks at him and he says, right. And how long will you be staying in Candithan? And Cadril looks at him and he's like, well, my resources will arrive in 3 days, and so we will be staying for at least that long. We don't currently have any plans for where we will stay, but maybe you could suggest something. And he looks right at him. He's like, well, I see that you're a high elf. I'm sure Lankay at the church will help you out. Lankay never turns away a lost soul. And Cadril kind of looks back at the party and he's like, see, I told you, Lankay will help us. And he kind of smiles and says, okay, thank you, Bragan. I think we have everything we need. And Bragan says, yes, and I do too. And he says, "You can be gone now. When you leave up to Ellendeer, make sure to stop in before you leave, and I'll give you a note that lets Ixukrup know that you're to be trusted in the help in the fight against the summoners." And with that, everybody kind of turns and we start to go out. And Kajal kind of... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, Kalig's not good at intercommunication and stuff, and sometimes she just says stuff out loud, and so she's just like, "Finally." How you guys react is up to you.
Yeah.
Be quiet. I think he can still hear us. I mean, be quiet, Sir Adam Kalig. Or what? Sorry, I forgot your name. But be quiet. He may still hear us.
And it looks like Bragan doesn't hear you. He's like already talking
I
to...
have one question for Bragan.
Yeah.
Have the monsters behaved in this way before the necromancers? Have they been okay with the human interaction with the land and the market routes? Have they been calm usually in the past of this land, or has it been?
Normally we
Yeah.
don't have any problems with the merfolk or the lizard folk. They know to stay away from us because we're a much stronger power. It's kind of odd that they would be attacking our caravans and trying to block off the route that we have from Alamar. It speaks to me that they're probably having problems within their forests. They're probably either being displaced or they're being attacked, which is making them not able to access old hunting grounds or something like that. And so they're having to reach out and lash out against us. Up until now, we've had sort of a quid pro quo with the races of the aquatics, but as of late, it seems that they're being forced into more desperate and desperate situations.
I see. As long as you don't extend too far into their reaches, the nature must be protected and the creatures must have their own place to live as well.
I
You and I
agree.
both know this.
I definitely agree, and I can tell a ranger of yourself would care about the balance. So I agree that we aren't looking to exterminate these humanoids. In fact, if it works out, we're going to send emissaries who speak aquatic, and we're going to try and talk with them to see what the problem is right now, because they've up until now known to leave us alone, and it seems that out of desperation they're now forced to attack us. And I believe that diplomacy could solve this issue. The problem is that we just don't understand what's going on.
Very good. I wish you good fortune in your quest and commend your leadership, Bragan. And thank you for your hospitality.
Thank you, Ranger. And what is your name?
It is Isaias.
Thank you, Isaias. I'm glad to know that there are others out there that care as much about this land as I do, the land of Haroth. Yeah. Anybody else got questions?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, basically, we get let out by Cadril, and Cadril's like, okay, I think it's time we go to the church and talk to Lanke and see if we can secure some sort of sanctuary for the next few days. And yeah, you guys kind of cross the market. It's now it's a little bit later, like the sun's gone down. It's probably like 8 o'clock maybe. There's nobody in the church. It's very empty. And as you come in, you see this wood elf. She's really tall and got brown hair and brown eyes. She's dressed in like a green smock or whatever, green robe, green and brown robe. She almost looks like a druid, but she's not. And as we go in, she immediately notices Cadril and Kaleg, and she's kind of like looks at them both and speaks to them in Elvish immediately. And she says, "What are two elves doing this far from the mainland?" And maybe Kaleg, you can go ahead and answer.
Whatever he tells me to.
And Cadril says, "I am a bit of a slave driver," and this is all in Elvish, and all three of them kind of laugh, and everybody else is kind of just looking like, "Oh, I guess they're getting on." And then Cadril goes into Common, and he's like, "Hello, Lanke. It's been a long time since I've seen you, many decades. I was wondering, can you provide sanctuary to a poor bastard like me?" And she just laughs and says in Common, "Of course, a friend of Corlon is a friend of mine." And yeah, we kind of just like embrace me and Lanke. And I kind of just look to the party, and she says, "Who have you brought with you?" You guys can introduce yourselves to her.
Alright, I tell her in Elvish, "Hi, my name is Dingle McDingle. Nice to meet you."
And she says, "Nice to meet you as well, Dingle McDingle," in Elvish. And then she says, "You speak wonderful Elvish for a gnome. I can barely hear any hint of an accent."
Oh yeah, yeah. You see, the books in my mana, most of them are in Elvish. My God, they're great, but I like Gnomish a little more.
Well, that's fair. I would say that it only fits you to know like gnomish a bit more. And then she kind of looks at K-Leg and she's like, "And who are you?"
I'm Kalig.
"Nice to meet you. It's good to see another female elf around here." And
And
then,
I'll speak in Elvish and introduce myself as Azaeus the Ranger.
awesome.
I don't speak Elvish.
I was just about
Yeah,
to say,
I'm half elf.
yeah, he's a half elf. I'm just wondering, yeah, almost everybody speaks Elvish. Holy shit, I didn't even realize that. I'm like, I'm tripping over here. I'm like, yeah, we're the only elves. What up? And then I realized that everybody pretty much speaks Elvish. I think except Teddy.
Teddy
So
doesn't.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we're all laughing, and Teddy's kind of just like,
For last time,
Teddy's just like, "What's up, yo? I'm Teddy."
Yeah, that's funny. Teddy can talk to goblins when we find them, so he'll be the only one to do that, I think. Maybe somebody else took it. Maybe
Let's
Dingle took it, but
adopt the goblin.
anyways, so Lanke kind of agrees that we can take shelter here after we get it introduced to her, and she's like, "Yeah, you can cook here, eat here, whatever." She's got places in the back, like lots of little rooms. She's like, "You have to have your own bedrolls, but we all do." And she doesn't require any gold of us. She knows we explained to her that we got jumped or whatever, and that we have no gold, and that I'm waiting on a shipment of gold. And she's like, "Oh, that's fine. Like, I'm just glad to like provide sanctuary to another member of the Coralon faith." And yeah, so we go ahead, and now that it's nighttime, we kind of bust out some food. And we're having a little supper, and Cadril kind of looks around to everyone, and he says, "Well, we're gonna be here for a few days, so I think we can stay here for tonight. But starting tomorrow, we can all sort of branch out and do our own things." And Cadril says, "I'll be here most of the night. I don't sleep very much, so I'll just be studying, and tomorrow morning we can sort of go wherever we want, and you can tell me what's up." And with that, Cadril is just like eating, and now you know that he's not gonna go out tonight. He's just gonna stay in. Yeah, what do you guys think about for the night? What do you want to do?
I'll decide to rest, to eat and rest, and just go to bed.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
Okay,
Kalig is gonna kind of follow that woman elf. I don't remember her name.
Lanke.
Uh,
Yeah.
Lanke. She's just gonna kind of follow a couple paces behind her, observedly, and she's never met another female elf before.
Okay, cool. So, Lanke is kind of seeing little K-Leg, and she's like, "Oh, it's like I said, it's rare to see another female elf this far away from our home realm." And she kind of asks K-Leg, "What's your story? Why are you out here?"
Uh, my home realm is the forest of something I don't remember. I never grew up around elves. You're very pretty.
She kind of laughs. She says, "Oh, and you will be pretty too someday, I'm sure. You just have to grow up a little bit, maybe." How old are you, K-Leg?
I have seen 17 seasons.
Oh, okay. Well, I have seen quite a few more. And Lanke just laughs. She says, "But I'm sure you'll grow up just to be as strong and beautiful as me."
Thank you.
And she says, "So how did you end up with this group?"
I had just come to the island, and I guess I just happened to be standing too close to some people who were looking for jobs.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, we all have to make our money somehow, right? For me,
I guess I've never needed it before.
well, once you leave the forest, gold becomes quite a precious tool, I have to say. Yeah, and so Lanke just kind of pats K-Leg on the shoulder and she says, "Well, now that I've eaten, I think I'm going to retire for the night. We can talk more in the morning, K-Leg."
Okay. Caleb turns and skips off.
Cool. Yeah, so I think we're all just staying in. We're gonna have a night together, kind of in the sanctuary of this nice temple. Yeah, and so we ate our supper, whatever, and we wake up the next day, and so there's only 2 more rests till we get all of our gold now. Yeah, and the next day comes, and Cadril kind of says like, well, we can go look around or whatever. We can go talk to some people. I know that a lot of us don't have gold right now, but Azaius and Kaleg, if you want to go shopping a little bit, you can now, or we can just all wait to go shopping later in a couple days. Yeah, it's up to you guys.
Shall we go to take on that quest of the
Oh,
spell
you want to go
tome
to the
for
inn right now?
$1,000?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we could. Yeah,
before shopping and stuff.
for sure. So, the pub or whatever doesn't open till 8 o'clock at night. So we're just gonna wait till, or I mean 6 o'clock. So we just wait till 6 o'clock. Um, and we kind of, we pass the day by playing games or whatever, talking to Lanke at the sanctuary. Yeah, and then I'm just gonna move us over to the pub right now. And later on that day, we decide that we're gonna go to the pub because that's where, this Futa had told us this kind of story about the whole spellbook thing. Yeah, and so I think I've got everybody here now. We're on it, right? I'm gonna have to delete Jeffy when I post this up. Jeffy, maybe he'll come back. He seems like a pretty good guy.
No, he's got to go back to the captain.
Oh yeah, but like once they go back, maybe all
He's got.
sorts
I
of
guess he's got another. He's got one more day.
all sorts of things can happen. Yeah, and even after they go back and secure that route, who knows? He might get reassigned or whatever. So, yeah. So we come into this bar or whatever, and beforehand we kind of talked about how like we're gonna have to find this person and we're gonna have to get somebody to intimidate her or to like persuade her into telling us about how she stole this book or if she stole this book. And we'll probably just need like one person to kind of like schmooze her or talk to her or persuade her. I'm just wondering who has a pretty good persuasion, who has a pretty good intimidation, or like how do you want to go about this? Cadril is specifically not really good at these things, so it's kind of probably better to get somebody with a good intimidation or persuasion to go talk to her.
I have +4 to persuasion.
Oh, Dingle, you're our charismatic guy.
Yeah, he's a noble.
Yeah, he's a noble. He knows how
I've
to
only
talk
got
well.
one persuasion and one intimidation, so
Okay. So yeah, I think maybe we'll. What has everybody else got? What do you think?
I have a -2
Who do you?
persuasion, so don't ask me.
Okay, so I think right now, yeah, it's probably the best that we send Dingle to try and talk to her. Dingle,
Alright.
basically, we want to know if she did cheat. Because if she cheated, then I think it's totally fine that we kind of like bust her up and take that spell book back. But if it turns out that she didn't cheat, and then it's kind of weird that we would take her spell book or whatever. So, yeah, if you want to try and go talk to her, Adria is the half elf that's playing the piano right now. And actually, just before we get into this interaction, I'm gonna go to the bathroom and then we'll start it. Sound good?
Yeah, it sounds good.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Ilik's already there.
what do you guys think about the quest? Because that one wizard outside will give us 1,000 gold if we steal this book, but maybe if we help this chick out, she'll give us something.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Personally, I think the person outside might be lying a little bit, but my character didn't roll high enough to determine that, so I'm gonna have to go with the assumption that she isn't lying. But I should go with like the voice used to talk to nobles, or should I use a voice to like talk to everyone else? Like, what do you guys think would work better with her?
For what? What were the options? Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Should he use a voice he used to talk to nobles, like this kind of voice, or should he use like the Dingle's regular voice to talk to Adria? Because I'm not sure which one would work better with her.
Probably the noble one because you have to roll the high persuasion check, right?
Yeah,
Or
good
whatever.
point.
You need the high persuasion point.
Yeah, you're right. On a side note, what exactly should I ask her? Because I'm not entirely sure what to say other than, did you cheat?
Well, we should probably tell her, be like, yo, there's this crazy ass wizard outside who's trying to steal your book and just offered us $1,000 or 1,000 gold to take it from you. So what happened? Like, what's the backstory and what's the resolution to this? You know what I mean? We have to pick a side, I guess, here.
Alright. Yeah, I'll do that.
And then maybe through that conversation your character will learn because he didn't roll the insight check, right? So maybe he'll learn more about it.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, I wish
Okay, I'm back.
Keijo.
What up?
Yo.
You wish Cajal
You
what?
ready?
Oh,
Alright.
I wish you were here because we're like just discussing like what are we gonna do here?
Oh yeah. Well, we're gonna
Just pretty
send
much
Dingle in, and hopefully Dingle can ask her the right, maybe some good questions, like I don't know, like if she like plays cards maybe, or like, and then so like, and then just lead into the, maybe you can bait out the story. Maybe she'll like tell you, just like if you're chummy with her, or you can
Yeah,
do
we're just gonna
insight
ask
checks.
her
You know,
why
if you
why
get a
there's
good
a
insight
crazy
check, you
wizard.
might be able to tell that she's lying or something. So I'll kind of guide it too. Like the way that Adria is gonna talk to you is gonna be, it's gonna be conducive to being investigated. So
Alright.
Let's run it.
yeah, so I guess
Alright,
we
let's
can
do
start
this.
that now. Just wait. I think Kaleg, we'll put you back at the because we're gonna send Dingle, right? Or do you want to go?
Oh,
Oh, is that the person you guys are going to talk to?
Yeah, that's the person. Sorry, by the piano there. That's the girl.
Kayla was just fascinated by the music, so she went up to watch.
Oh, okay, cool.
I don't want to sit by the toilets. I'm gonna sit over here
Okay,
at the
cool.
table.
Yeah, yeah. Let's
I
go
was
sit
right
at
next to the
the
toilets.
the table that's not by the toilets.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Closer to the music, not by the toilets. It was better.
Exactly. Yeah, this is a busy inn too. Like everybody's drinking around, and so you can tell the toilets have been well used. It's the classic bar
Oh, yeah.
bathroom in there. Yeah. So Dingle, you can go ahead and approach Adria if you want.
Alright. Trying to get a script out really quick.
Okay. You know, I think we could probably improv it. I'll probably just guide you to into what I want to say.
Alright, so I walk up to her and I say, "Hi, is your name Adria?"
And Adria's just banging away on the keys, and she says, "You bet it is. You found Adria." And she's just banging.
Oh,
away.
nice. Well, you have nice music and stuff. Hey, I heard you like card games. You want to play a little bit?
And she kind of looks and she says, "Well, of course I want to play cards. What are we playing?" You can just make up a game.
We'll just play Go Fish.
All right. And she kind of agrees, and she goes and she's like grabs a little seat over here. She stops playing the piano and she's like, "Sit down. Let's play some cards. What's your name?"
Oh, you better stop playing the piano.
My name is Sprinkle McDingle. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Sprinkle. And she looks back and she's like, "Play the goddamn piano yourself if you want music." And then she goes back to looking at Dingle, and she's like, "Well, deal me in here."
All right, here you go.
And
1,
so
1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5.
she kind of just looks at her cards and starts assembling them.
So I heard you talk to bugbears. Did you play a game of cards with one? Sounds interesting.
She kind of looks at you with a little bit of a quizzical eye, and she says, "Well, if you're talking about Futa, fuck that bitch. Yes, I've played cards with her, but I hate her."
Yeah, she has a weird name. Anyways, though, yeah, that's about it, really.
Yeah, I
Do you have
know
any eights?
Futa. Go fish. And
Damn
she
it.
looks at you. You got any sevens?
No, all I have is goldfish.
Oh, okay. And then she takes a card and she says, Go Fish is good, but I kind of like gambling. What do you think about that?
Oh, I don't gamble anymore. Like one time, I went to a tavern and I put my signet ring up for auction, and then bam, they got stolen from me.
Oh, that sounds unfortunate. Are you sure I couldn't
Yeah.
persuade you into maybe gambling with me a bit? She kind of gives you a big smile.
Well, I mean, I don't really have much to gamble. And I can give you like this octopus meat. You like octopus meat?
She kind of looks at you and she's like, not really. I guess it's fine. We can just play Go Fish, but I much prefer to gamble. I'm quite good at it. And yeah, she just keeps playing Go Fish, but as she's doing that, you kind of notice when she went to grab her card that there was kind of something weird about when she grabbed her card. And I just want you to roll a quick perception check. Ooh, what's that? Yo. That was
That's
crazy.
Caleb playing the piano.
Sounds good, Caleb.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, there we go. Sounds good, Kayla. Keep it up, buddy. So yeah, when she did it, you looked at it, but you couldn't notice anything. It just looked a little weird, but you didn't really notice what happened or anything. So she keeps playing Go Fish, and then she says, "You got any nines?"
No, I have a 10. I mean, no, you didn't hear that.
And she says, "Oh, okay." And then grabs another card, and as you do it, or as she does it, I want you to roll perception again. Because now you're kind of watching her grab her cards. Okay, so you still don't really notice anything. Azaius, I'm going to say that you are close enough and you're kind of watching this interaction. And
Yeah.
you're watching her too. So I'm going to get you to roll perception too. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So on the second grab, when she's doing this sort of sleight of hand action, you notice she completely cheated. She basically what happened was she didn't grab the top card. She grabbed from sort of the under part of the card and grabbed a different card. And you kind of take note of that. You kind of take note of that fact that she's using sleight of hand in front of you. And in a way she's basically cheating right now while playing with Dingle. Yeah, and so as they continue playing, basically now you know, Azaius, that she has that she's cheating. And you can kind of take what you want with that. You can go wherever you want with that.
Okay, so I found out that Futa outside was indeed telling the truth, and this lady has cheated her, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, now you know
And
that she's a cheater, and you believed
and I
Futa's story.
saw her, yeah, and I see her firsthand. So
Yeah.
I stand up from my seat and I go over and I sit down next to Dingle, and I say, "See, Dingle, you did not believe us when we put our faith in Futa, but I just saw this woman cheat in your card game right in front of my eyes."
Cool. Yeah, and I'm just gonna
Well,
say
that's
for posterity's sake that you're whispering this into his ear. Dingle's
Oh.
sitting down here with this girl there.
Oh wait, who's? Oh, wait, what?
He's the red
Oh,
one.
my bad.
I'll just bring you back to
Oh,
him.
okay.
Oh, now you're on top. Yeah, there.
Oh,
So
okay,
yeah,
sorry.
you kind of just whisper to him, and she kind of gets a little shifty. She notices that a friend has come over and started whispering in your ear. But yeah, so now Dingle, you know that she just cheated while playing this game with you.
Alright, so tell him really quick. I said to get the clams, not the oysters.
That-
Alright, anyways, I'm just getting blunt with you. Did you cheat?
And
Not just on me. I don't really care about that. We're not in those mistakes. I'm talking about the bugbear outside. Did you cheat against her? She, we came into the city. She ran up at us and just shook me around and said, "She cheated me. Help me." it's offenseless, but I kind of want to help her now because you're cheating against me. So what's the deal with that?
And you see Adria's eyes go really wide, and she's like, what? No, of course, no, what? No. She's totally flustered. She's like, no, I never cheat. I've never cheated. I don't cheat. I've never cheated. And she's just like straight up lying. I want you guys to roll insight, though. And it's going to be, I'll get Azaius and Dingle to do it first while you're there. Yeah, okay, so Azaius instantly knows she's lying, and so does Dingle. You guys kind of both stand up, and you know that she's lying, so you can go ahead and play it.
Look, I'll just be blunt. I'll keep silent about this if you do two things for me, alright? Alright, so basically, give me back her spell book, or else she'll shake me again. I do not want that to happen. And second, just slide me like 200 gold coins, we'll call it even.
500. I whispered him, say 500.
Sorry, mental type, I'm going to say 500.
Okay, and I'm going to get you to roll a persuasion on that.
Okay.
Dingle, oh yeah, you persuade her, yeah. So she's like, okay, I don't want any trouble. I don't want you to tell anybody I'm cheating, okay? I like this place. I don't want to get kicked out of Candathan. I got kicked out of the last place I was in for cheating, and I like it here, so just don't tell the barkman, okay? Just don't tell anybody. But here, I'll give you the money, and I'll give you the book. It's okay. Just leave me alone. Like, I know you guys are kind of a bigger party right now. I saw you come in, and I just don't want any trouble. And she goes and she digs into her pockets really like sketchily, and she brings out the book, and she's kind of shaking. She's never really been caught before, and she's like I'm gonna leave. I'm going now, and she kind of just backs out and just runs the fuck away, and like she like just you don't know where she went. But you have the book now, and you have 500 gold.
Alright.
The 500 gold is on the table.
Alright.
So yeah, we can divvy it up however we want, I guess.
I'm splitting it with the guy who helped me out because he did more to help me.
For sure. Yeah, so you guys kind of, you tell us all that you got the book. We all kind of see it happen, and we're like, holy crap. Yeah, and you can give. I'm fine with you just giving gold to Azaius as well. I don't.
But
need
if you
gold
guys
right
ask me
now.
nicely, I'm gonna give you a portion of mine.
I think I'll just take a portion of the reward when we get back to Futa.
Yes, I
that's
agree.
fine.
We can. I wouldn't mind sharing this bag, but we can definitely divvy up everything else. But
Yeah, you two can take the gold that you just persuaded, because you guys thought of that on your own, and I think you guys deserve it for thinking on your toes to ask for more gold. And then yeah, we'll split up the 1,000 gold 5 ways when we get back to Futa.
perfect.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, so as we're kind of sitting there, I'm like, well, but you have to buy us 1 round of grog, and as
Oh, excellent. Yeah, I was gonna smack Dingle on the back and say we did it. A round for everyone, just because
Oh,
we
my
got.
back. Yeah, it's round. Round sounds fine.
Awesome. So yeah, basically I go sit down at the thing, and we can all go to the bar or not, doesn't matter. But as we're sitting there,
Actually,
go ahead.
oh no, you can go. I was just said clear my throat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so as we're sitting there, there's a dragonborn there. He's a bronze dragonborn. He's sitting at the table too, and he kind of looks at Azaius, and he's like, well, you seem like a pretty strong-willed person. I've never seen her crack under pressure like that. I've seen her basically take money off of so many different people here. It's not my place to say anything, but you guys really put her in her spot.
Say I've seen trickery like this before. It is no illusion to mine eyes.
I can tell you've seen a lot, I'm sure. Where you guys headed?
We're going to that one dwarf village place. I think it's called Elendril.
Oh yeah, Elendil or Elendril. I don't know. Either one. I'll look it up.
Alamar?
No, that's the first one. This one's Elendil.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, we're going to Elendil, and he kind of looks and he says, "You're going up to Elendil, hey? That's my caravan route up that way. Nobody really goes up to Elendil no more. Not with all the undead up there. Why are you guys going up there?"
We're going up there to visit some relatives and see if one of my relatives is there as well. Haven't seen
Oh.
him in a while. Really want to see him.
Yeah, I guess family's as good a reason as any. Well, you guys kind of look like you might be able to handle yourselves. When are you leaving?
About 2 or 3 days.
2 days.
3 days. Y'all got a caravan you gonna travel with, or you just gonna hoof it all the way up there?
We were planning on walking, but a caravan would be splendid.
You know, I think you should join my caravan. I got a caravan. I got 2 horses and a nice little caravan. We could all ride in there up there. Way I gotta go that way, but nobody'll help me be protecting the caravan. They don't want to travel that way no more. So I figure maybe I could hire you folk and you can help me get up there. What do you say?
Well, that sounds splendid. What do you guys think?
I will offer my sword. What does he offer us in return?
He kind of looks at you guys. He says, "Well, I make a little bit of money bringing the fish down from the coast all the way to here, Candathan. I could probably pay you about 100 gold for the whole trip, though. It's not very much. It's going to take 2 days to get there. I know it's not very much. I can't offer it because you guys got a big party. But it's 100 gold each that you'll have at the end of Ellendeer that you didn't have before."
I like the sound of that.
Very well. It sounds like a easier way to get to where we're going, and we should be able to fight off anybody with comfort with a caravan.
Well, all right. That sounds good to me. I'll be staying here in this inn/pub for a little while, probably till the next 2 or 3 days. Anytime you want to go leave, you can just come down here and find me, and we'll be getting on our way. And with that, he kind of raises a glass and he says, "To new friends and to new pals." And he kind of just chinks all your guys' glasses and drinks his grog. Yeah. And so now we're kind of, we're
It
just
comes over. Loud. What are you talking about?
And he looks at you and he says, "Well, my little elf princess, I'm gonna be taking you all the way up to Ellendeer."
I'm a princess?
He says, "In my eyes, you are."
Yes,
Oh,
Caleb, we're
that's just.
discussing the matters of our departure to Ellendeer.
I turned to Cadril. Did you know?
Well, I didn't know per se, but I had a sneaking hunch.
I
And
didn't even tell me.
Cadro just kind of looks at you. He's like, "You're a princess of the wilds. That's what we'll say. Your kingdom is the forests, and the ones you rule over is nature." And he kind of just pats her on the back and he says, "That's the princess you are."
Oh, wait, we should probably give the book back to the one bugbear lady, shouldn't we?
Yeah, we have the book. We can go back into the stuff. So yeah, if you're ready, we can just be like, "Yeah, we're ready to go." I mean, like K-Leg's like, "Yeah, I have drank my grog or whatever. I'm good to go."
So me and
Dingle get
Dingle
250 gold. Yeah, and you can.
and
Do you know how to put it
Really?
in? I can teach you how
Yeah,
to. Okay.
yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Did we pay for the grog and stuff or no?
The grog, all of it together is 10 gold. One of you
So
One of you settle the score, I guess.
let's just split it
I'll do
5
it.
each, Dingle.
Yeah,
5
that sounds
each?
fine.
Okay. And Cadril's like, "Thank you so much. I needed a drink after those fights in these long 2 days that we've traveled."
We did well as a party so far. I'm enjoying.
Awesome.
Says as is. 295.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's rather nice. Even though it's going along for like the chance to see my brother, like it's really nice actually. I might stick with you guys after.
Yeah, I think we'll have a long history that's starting now. We're forming a deep bond between all of us, and I have a feeling that bond will last for quite some time. And if it's not that carries you to the end of this, then probably just the curiosity of what's going on will carry me through. I know I want to know what's going on in those mountains right now. But let's go meet Futa. Let's give her spell book back. I think she'll be really happy about it. Yeah, and so you guys go back to the statue. I'm just going to leave you on this page for now. But you go back to the statue. It's nighttime, and you go down the little alley behind the the statue there, and Futa's there. Futa, the reason she's sleeping back there is she doesn't really have any money. She lost a lot of the money to Adria. So yeah, she kind of looks at you, and she's kind of just like holding out that she gets her spell book back. She doesn't. She only has the money to get that back. So she sees you guys coming and approaching, and she says, "Did you get my book?"
Yeah, we got it. It's right here. Please don't shake me again.
And she laughs as she takes it, and she's like, "Yes, my book, finally." And she gives you a big hug this time. She squeezes you big time. Not enough to hurt you, but she gives you a big hug there, Dingle. Just
Oh,
'cause
that's nice.
it's pretty funny to think about a big old bugbear throwing you around. And she puts you back down and she says, thank you. I'll give you the last of my gold here. And she digs into her pouch or whatever, and she brings out like the last of her gold, and she thrusts it towards you, and she says, here, take my gold. And yeah, I'll let you guys. Do you want to take it, or do you kind of feel sorry for her, or we can just take it? You do what you want.
Let's split it 5 ways, and I'll give her like 100 for my 250 that because I don't want to leave her nothing, you know.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'll jump in on that offer.
Cool. And
So
she's
we'll
like,
leave her with 200.
yeah, she hears you talk about it. She's like, oh, thank you so much. She's like, I'm sure I'd be fine now, but it's always better to have a little gold in my pockets. Yeah. So I guess that leaves you at like 145. I don't know if my math is right. Isaiah's. Oh, but you'll get 200 extra on top of that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I
So
guess.
basically, I just get 100 on top of what I already have.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. You're right. That's a easier way to do it. So everybody can go ahead and add that 200 gold in now that we've done this nice little side quest for Futa. She's so happy. And as she's leaving, actually, this she's leaving. She decides to like leave the alleyway, and Cadril calls after her, and he's like, "Where are you going?" And she kind of just looks at him, and she's like, "Oh, I don't live here." She looks out to the forest. She's like, "I live in the forests. I just need my spellbook to protect myself." And then she kind of just like walks out of Kandathan and out of the gates and stuff, and you see her just walking back out into the forest, sort of like in the western direction.
While she's leaving, I shout, by the way, you may want to change your name. Fuda means lady with penis in Gnomish.
Oh my god. Okay. So Futa just looks back and she kind of says, "It's good to know, thanks." And she just kind of keeps going. She looks a little quizzical too, like, really? She didn't know. That's funny.
It was very awkward.
Yeah, that was very awkward for sure. Cool. So I think everybody should have that 200 in their gold now. Or if you not, you can go ahead and add it into your GP. You know how to do it, Adam? I think you do.
Yeah.
Okay, so everyone should know how.
I regret giving her money.
Oh, that's okay. It's good. I left the option for a reason.
It's gonna be okay. I thought she was gonna go back onto the streets and shit. Like,
Yeah, no, I know. That's why it's funny.
my spellbook, I'll be okay on the street eating rats and stuff, you know.
Yeah, I DM played you there. I'm not gonna lie. That's why I did it.
So that's awesome. We
yeah.
run into her. She pays us back.
Yeah. So that kind of is like the end of tonight. Cagel just kind of like asks if we should maybe just go back to the sanctuary to sleep for the night. And yeah, other than the pub, nothing's really open. So I mean, you can go back to the pub and spend more of your gold and get drunk if you want. But Cagel's gonna go to bed.
Yeah, I'll go to bed too.
I wanted to go out and slay a monster to grind some XP.
Yeah, we will be getting to do that. Tomorrow is the last day that we sleep here, so that's why I'm trying to just push it through. And we decided to do the side quest, so.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, so basically we go to bed that night, and yeah, the next day comes up, and basically this day now is basically we can do all of our shopping or whatever if we want. If you want to buy something, you can just run it past me. I have some built-out things that I'm going to show in the right-hand side for the quartermaster and the potions. They'll have a list. Dandros is the quartermaster, and Kamek Taquito is the potions guy. As I show these to you in the journal, you'll be able to bring them up, and they'll have different prices on different things that they can sell you. Those are the two guys. Other than that, you just run what you want to buy me, and then I'll just make there's a price list or whatever. If you want something. So I know that earlier we talked about leatherworking. I'm gonna have to make you meet a leatherworker to buy a leatherworking proficiency tome, and then you'll have to study the tome if you want to get leatherworking. Yeah, that's basically how I'd run that. So I'm actually here. I'll move us back over. Sorry, to the more like the market type one, and I will have to shut it down this session in another half hour. So if we move through this quickly, we can get on the road. But if not, that's fine. We'll probably just end up at here at Candathan, getting ready to go out to the next fights for the next session. But yeah, we can pick it up. And if anybody wants to buy anything right now, just look on the right hand side through Dandros and through Kamek. They'll be the ones that have standard equipment. And if you want anything other than that, just let me know, and I will let you know if there's a merchant that is in the merchant area.
Oh yeah, and a side note, how much XP have we gotten so far?
Yeah, so I can just quickly bring up my tracker here. We defeated the giant octopuses and the panthers. Oh my god! Oh shit! Oh damn! Okay, so we just got to level 3 too. So before we leave Candathan, we're all gonna do our level up to level 3. So basically, just with the amount of stuff that I'm seeing now, we're not gonna get out to fight anymore. Probably because we're gonna have to do all of our level 3 experiences. So your total EXP now will be 930. I'll get us to all go through it in a little bit here. I want to do the merchant stuff first, if that's cool. Or if you guys are going through it already, that's fine. But is there anything, looking at the quartermaster? I know you guys can't afford it much. We were supposed to arrive here with a little bit more money, but we have a couple hundred now, so we're getting a bunch more money tomorrow. You'll be paid the 600 for the 2 days of work that we didn't get paid for since the landing at Captain Thelreg's. You got paid before that, so then we're paying from Captain Thelreg on. Yeah. So
is it 600 each or total?
you will be paid 600 each.
Nice. Okay.
It's a pretty hefty amount because yeah.
Because I definitely want the short sword or leather armor.
Yeah, cool. So
If food of that money, I could afford.
I think
both.
right now, yeah, probably the only things that anybody can afford are the potions, and nobody probably wants to buy them yet till we get more of our gold, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So we'll just say that
930 is our total XP.
yeah, that will be your total XP. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
930 will be your total. So you got 400 from the octopuses and I'm going to say 100 from the panthers. Yeah. Even though that's a little off, but it's okay. Yeah, so we're not going to buy anything today, obviously. So then we'll just say that my caravan shows up. They show up at Lanke's sanctuary. They pay me the money. I kind of have a good time talking with my elf buddies. I tell my elf buddies to go back. I send word with them that we'll probably need more resources once we reach Ellendir. We're going to be moving to Ellendir over the next few days, and that the next resource caravan that we will be meeting for all of the money is coming to Ellendir. I have enough resources for a while now. So you guys realize that I just got kind of banked up. Like I just got a lot of money. And now I can pay you guys. So now I'm going to get everybody to go ahead and add the extra 600 gold to the totals that we all have. And at that point, you actually might be able to buy something.
Boy, let's go shopping.
Yeah.
What does the cloak of protection do?
So Cloak of Protection, you can look it up in the compendium, but I'm pretty sure it gives you a +1. It's just a +1 to your AC. Pretty simple. Just makes you a little bit more, it's a heavy, like really thick cloak, so it adds a little bit of armor, essentially.
Yeah, I'll go for it.
Okay, and so how much, I don't have the sheet right now, I'm just looking up stuff. How much is it?
Right now I have, it costs 1,000 gold, and right now I have 1,045.
Oh, wow, okay, perfect. Nice. So yeah, you get the Cloak of Protection. You can drag it into your equipment, I believe, and it requires attunement. But it's attunable to use. So I believe I'm just gonna double check that. Should be a spellcaster thing. Yeah, it's attunable to basically everybody. So, okay, it's attuned to you. So, just the way that attunement works too, I'm pretty sure you can only have 3 magical attuned at any time. And if you want to switch out an attunement, you have to deattune from one, and then you'll have to attune to the new one. So you'll at any point be able to attune to 3 magical items that have attunement. Yeah. So, Ding, you got your cloak. I'm just gonna check your character sheet.
Soon.
There's nothing.
Let's see.
That's not.
Maybe I'll just drag it in for you there, Dingle, if you want.
Yeah, if you want to.
Did you try and drag it in yet, or no?
Not.
Okay, I think I just did it, but I don't see it. Yeah, there it is. Cloak of Protection. Perfect. And your AC then would have jumped up to 14. Yeah, it did it. Perfect. Cool. So
Nice.
you're now harder to hit essentially. Okay, that's the first one. Who else is going to buy things? Because we're probably going to need some more potions. I don't have any potions. I'm going to buy 2 potions so I can hold on to them.
Can we sell things?
Yeah, if you have gear, just run it by me and I'll tell you how much it's worth.
Okay, so I have 2 short swords here. It says that. Oh wait, no, that's the weight. So I have 1 short sword, and I want to buy a short sword plus 1. How much would I get for that short sword?
I'll give you 100 for the regular short sword, so you can go ahead and delete it and then put 100 in.
Okay. I'm just trying to decide if I buy the leather armor though instead. Because and how much would you sell me for my leather armor?
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Okay, what was that?
How much would you give me for my leather armor to sell it?
Aren't you wearing it?
Yeah, but I can buy a plus 1
Oh, okay.
also.
So, your leather armor I would also give you 100 for.
100, okay.
Yep.
So I'll probably I'll sell my leather armor, grab the plus 1 for 800.
Okay,
So
sounds good.
so I have 1095 minus 800 is 295
Cool.
left. And I just get rid of that leather armor?
Yeah, you just delete them out of your sheet. So you sold the armor and you sold your short sword, right?
No, I kept my short sword because
Oh,
I
okay.
can't afford
Okay,
I
cool,
can't
cool, cool.
afford it.
And
Yeah,
then so when
and
you
then
go into the compendium on the right-hand side, you can just go into leather armor, and I think there's a leather armor plus 1. I'll just do it for
and
you.
then I just did it. Yeah, I
Oh,
dropped it
okay,
in.
you just did it. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm starting to run out of time here, pushing this a little farther than I should. So Dingle and Isaias is bought. I think I'm just gonna hold off for now because I kind of have to go right now. So when we come back to the next session, we can continue to finish buying everything. And then once we're done that, we will start to head out towards Ellendeer with our caravan guy, Kranek. And we'll also talk to the mayor to make sure we get our note so that we go to Ellendeer with the blessing of the Empire. Yeah. But I have to go right now, so it's been good, and I will talk to you guys later. You can stay in here, and you can do your leveling up to level 3, because you're all at 930 EXPs now. Yeah, and if anybody can help out Adam, that'd be good, or if you're going to stay, I don't know. But if you don't know what to do, I can help you out another time.
Okay, sweet.
Cool, cool.
All right.
Yep, so I'm going to head out, boys, but it's been good, and I'll talk to you later.
See
All
you,
right.
man.
Talk to you later.
Ciao.
Good job. Yeah, I'm just looking over this.
All right, let's